Oh, that's a cool logo. Oh. Go. That one disembodied go. Michael has to record a new intro. I removed the audio from it, Michael. So now you know you need to do it because it needs to read Saturday afternoon matinee.
Saturday afternoon matinee. There you go.
There you go. And you also need to, because I took the 2 times you say Martin's name and I used it the first time and I'm like, that sounds really good. And Martin Acosta Santana, because your voice goes down. And I'm like, that really sounds weird there. But it's like, it is what it is. Me trying to jury rig all the time, you know.
You're good at it, though.
Sometimes.
No. It's a yes. That's what you tell the people. Yes.
You're able to make Tom Connor sound frightening. He's the most affable and approachable guy, and even you're able to get him to sound frightening. You can do anything.
Oh my goodness! He thought he had stirred up a hornet's nest the other day, and nothing happened because he went after our mutual friend Sil Abdul, kind of being critical of him. And it was funny, and nothing happened because he was like, "Hey man, I want to apologize to you." I'm like, "For what?" And he's like, "Because I think I stored up a hornet's nest over," and nothing happened. Nothing came of it. In fact, I even made fun of it in the chat with, "Well, that went nowhere." But because he was, look, I understand what Tom was annoyed with because we have a tendency of, those of us that knew and loved Mikey Sutton have a tendency of talking about him. And, but, some people kind of make a career of it. And I understand why they do. I'm not being critical of him. Like our good buddy Sox does it and Sil Abdul does it. I just pop up every once in a while because I just miss him. Nobody could stress me out like Mikey Sutton. Nobody. I've never been as stressed out as when Mikey Sutton would drop news at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm sitting there with Anima one night when it happened.
Oh, Jesus Christ, yes.
And I just absolutely about lost my fucking mind. I'm like, what? What? Because this is, by the way, that was the night that I stopped giving a shit about Marvel and DC movies anymore. It's what he dropped. And, I don't want to talk too much about it because it was when everything happened when The Rock pissed too many people off at Warner. And, Safran and Gunn stepped up and took over. And everything ended because The Rock, his movie didn't do well. And so everything ended that we had all hoped for with Henry Cavill and all that shit. And with all the shit going down with Marvel at the time, I was already getting mad anyway, Marvel. Because Feige, we had hoped that Feige wasn't the problem, but the fact was, that Victoria Alonso was a problem, but she was a crony with Feige. They worked together. And that's why I started making fun of them when they announced that Phase 5 is going to be different and better. And I'm like, said the same 3 people who screwed up Phase 4.
Yeah, it's like when they say this next season of Star Trek will be more like you remember. It's like you've tried that one 6 times now. No, it's not.
I'm not buying it anymore.
Horrible and dark.
I'm that fish that got smart and stopped going for the hook. And so and Mikey killed, and I'm not blaming him. It's just the news that he dropped on us at 1 o'clock in the morning killed my love for comic book movies. And even though I will still watch them, odds are I'm going to wait a couple of weeks before I go see him because I want to see the reviews from Dave Cullen, Mr. H, and Critical Drinker
Right.
before I go see the movie, because those are the three
That's
guys
the point.
whom I trust the most, because it's so weird. The three of them really do look at films the same way I do, which is also the way Script Doctor looks at them.
Yeah.
We scrutinize the writing. We scrutinize it. And
And
if the story is bad, I'm not going to pay for it. I don't care if it's a popcorn film.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's fun to watch. Yeah, but it's stupid as fuck.
Yeah, that's the thing with critics, right? Like, I don't have to have them agree with me, although I do find I tend to agree with Drinker and the people you mentioned. If I at least know where they're coming from, if someone I know where they're coming from likes a movie glowingly, I'm like, well, I know where this guy's coming from, so I'm not going to like this movie, despite them there's value in reviews from people that you don't agree with too. But yeah, like at this point, if you don't check first, you might be burning that money up. Too many bad movies in a row.
Very much so. By the way, our chat is here. We got Penny, was first one in the house. I hope you're having a good weekend, Penny. Deleted scenes here in the chat, not on the show. Sorry, I can't join today. I have some waxing to do on my vagina. No, that's not what he said. Homework to do for an upcoming live stream. Enjoy the show. I wish you were going to be here, Deleted. It's what I sent you. I think I sent him an invite personally. Greetings, Penny. Andy Morrow is here. Andy Morrow found a way. He apparently got banned from YouTube through Google Chrome.
Oh,
Firefox, he can come on through Firefox, no problem. But Google Chrome did something, and I'm curious what the hell happened there. So glad you're here, buddy. Let's see. My buddy Zax is here. Hey, Zax, can you not make it? I know you're sick today, buddy. I hope you feel better. I feel bad. He's got that pneumonia right now. Walking pneumonia, as I recall. That shit, I had that in the army. It kicked my ass. It really did. I had no energy. Like, I was going formation.
Sailor.
Hey, Sailor Outlaw, Georgia Shack, what's up?
dude.
So let's see. Kings Park Cal is here. What is up, Cal? Courtney's here. Hi, Courtney.
Hello.
Scoop shaming. I'm not scoop shaming. No, I love Sil. Sil's a good friend of mine. We did a show together. Everybody's schedule is messed up, so it's hard to schedule that show. I did the show with Arwen, Avalon, Keith, of course, 24/7 Fusion Media, and Sil Abdul. And it was a fun show. We did it. We'd record it on the weekend and air it on Tuesday. And there was just no way to keep up. Our schedules all over the place.
Mm.
So I'm hoping, Zax, if you can make it here, man, join us today. You don't even have to talk. It's nice to hang out with you. Zax has the next week off, and hopefully he will join us on Monday for Military Monday.
Great.
We will be watching the film No Way Out with Kevin Costner and Gene Hackman. One of my favorite Costner films.
The only time is the bet. Well, I don't want to spoil it.
I just plugged it in. I'm turning on laptop now. BRB. No problem, Court. Hey, Court, if you want to join us, by the way. Yeah, dude. If you feel up to just hanging out, you don't have to talk, dude. Just hang out with us. You're more than welcome to join us in the studio, man. It's love to have you. Don't send an invite to Courtney. She makes fun of me for being a drummer. She mocks
They
me.
make machines for that.
How dare you?
On Star Trek. He tasks me. I think. Do I still have that video? I don't think I have that video anymore. He tasks me. I used to have it on here.
That's the
But
second
we do
stream.
have some new videos, and I figured I will share the one. This is, of course, again, I want to remind everyone, I recorded a conversation between myself and Martin one day, and the language barrier.
What about you, Rodriguez? You got anything to say?
Yes, sir, but it's very difficult, sir, and I don't think you'll understand.
Well, try me. Let me hear.
Okay, sir. Mire, jefe, yo no sabía que yo iba a trabajar más fuerte que el caballo de mi tío. El pobre se cayó muerto de tanto trabajar.
I'm gonna put you on a pickup truck, send you back home for the annual banana festival. And if that don't work, I'm gonna shoot your donkey.
That's so accurate.
It's fairly accurate because like Martin is trying to communicate. My favorite with Martin is when Martin just starts stammering because he doesn't know the English word that he needs to use. And he just and it's like Porky Pig, you know, and it's just so funny. And I'm like, I'm waiting.
Don't worry about it, Martin. You speak English so much better than I speak Spanish. I'm like worse than Peg Hill.
He speaks English so much better than he realizes. And I know he has trouble with it, but he does a fantastic job. I just tease him because it's funny.
Look, the thing is, when you speak more than one language and you get stressed out, your brain starts mixing them up. It's
well, that's how a stammer happens. It's the exact same thing. It's an anxiety issue that causes stammering. And I've had a lot of friends with stutters when I grew up. Ernie, one of my best friends down in Phoenix, little Mexican kid. He was like my bro, and he stuttered all the time. And it was just pure anxiety. But whenever we were together, just him and me, no stutter. Because he was relaxed.
I thought with me it was like low-level intelligence. Damn, now I know.
It was.
And knowing is half the battle.
And
I stutter
so
because
it's
I'm dumb.
losing. Losing is also half the battle.
That too.
So I did record some videos for today's show, and I thought I would start us off with the very first video. Here it is.
Oh my God, Roadhouse! I want to buy this.
Great. And as a bonus, I'll throw in What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams.
No, thank you.
No charge.
If that DVD even touches Roadhouse, I will kill you.
It is not a great film. It isn't, but it is such a fun film, and women love it because Patrick Swayze.
Yeah,
and I'll just leave it there.
God, I thought you meant What Dreams May Come. I'm like, he's getting delusional.
No. Look, I enjoyed the film. I'll never watch it again. It's one of those films you only should watch it one time.
I can't watch Robin anymore. I get too upset when I see
to watch anything with Robin. I was watching Mork and Mindy, just a clip of Mork and Mindy the other day, and I got bummed out watching it.
Yeah, it's just makes me so sad. And when we found out that this, the condition he had was horrible. I don't know what else he could have. I don't want to say.
Also, in the way he killed himself, it was just.
There was a lot of hesitation involved. That coroner's inquest should never have been on TV. It was despicable. After we heard about how this guy we love passed away, like the first reporter stands up, and they're hard-boiled crime reporters, and we're normal people, and they're like, "Was he clothed?" And I'm like, "Oh God!"
Courtney, did you get an invite? Because if you didn't, I'll send one to you.
Please do, because I can't find her. I sent Zach's one, but I can't find Courtney.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I have the
shutting
invite.
off. I don't know what's wrong.
It's hard to believe we lost them both, right? No Robin Williams, no Patrick Swayze. Whoever would have thought that? Who would think that Patrick Stewart would outlive the two of them?
And the question is, why? No.
Yeah.
I agree.
There are other guys where I'd ask the question, why?
Remember you
Not
made
necessarily.
deal with the devil.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen was Robin Williams on Craig Ferguson. And Craig says, in his lilting Scottish accent, asks him, have you ever gone too far with jokes? And immediately Robin Williams starts going too far on his show with humor, mocking the deaf and the blind. It's just like, oh my God.
You're set mocking the deaf in an audio, right? On radio, if you want to make fun of deaf people, just do it all day.
Yeah, my favorite joke was what you do is you find an Amish joke and you tell the Amish joke. And this comedian did this. He told an Amish joke. And after he told the Amish joke, which was not that funny, you heard a few people, it was on David Letterman, start giggling. They're giggling, but they're not laughing. And then suddenly he goes, and any Amish who are offended by that watching tonight, all I have to say is, what are you doing watching television?
Exactly.
And that was fucking hilarious. I cracked
I
up
think he-
laughing.
Yeah, he wrote a couple of jokes a night. Like, I don't know if he was an expert at rescuing failed jokes, or he was like, I want this one to bomb, and then I'm going to buy the joke back and resell it to you at double the price, and everyone's going to really crack up. But Letterman had that talent.
Hey, I don't know if you guys can see this, but guess what? Wrenches
What?
show up on StreamYard now.
Yes,
Yes.
I noticed.
Ooh. Yeah, I was wondering about
This
that.
is the first
It's
time I've seen this. This is great.
That's
Huh.
when you mentioned Google before. I was like, StreamYard's Google and YouTube have been up to something for about 2 weeks. The YouTube has changed too. If you look at your monetization logo, the $sign almost stands off, and the heart almost stand off the page.
My Twitter account just got locked because I found Courtney, I followed her, and I sent her the link, and Twitter has been locked now.
You did
What
something
the fuck?
bad.
They're not
I
happy
sent
that
her a
you did that, I guess.
StreamYard link,
God.
and now they want me
Yeah,
to
and
pass
yet
a challenge.
I
or
will friend
something.
somebody and send them dick pics, and nobody blocks me. Richard Nixon, Richard
Where's-
Burton.
Where's the justice?
I send pictures of the actors named Dick. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dick Sargent, Dick York, Dick Burton, Dick Nixon. I mean, come on.
Dick Van Dyke.
Everybody should be happy to send dick pics.
I
Dick
know.
Van Dyke is the dirtiest name in show
Dick
business.
Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke.
Dirtiest thing ever said on television was on Leave It to Beaver. What's your little heart on the Beaver last night, Ward? Nah?
Damn right,
Yeah.
it was June. Now shut up. I was waiting for the episode where Ward Cleaver was like, a few things gonna change around here.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that show. I grew up on Leave It to Beaver, and if
Yeah,
it'll
me
pop
too.
on like late at night on MeTV or any of the other channels I watch, I'll fucking watch it. I love Leave
Exactly.
It to Beaver. My favorite character was always Wally.
Really?
He always reminded me of my brother Mike. Yeah, he always reminded me of my brother Mike, and I kind of in my mind saw that as my brother Mike and me, even though there were 7 of us kids, 7 siblings.
Right.
Really, my brother Mike and I were closest. And we were closer than, because the other ones were practically becoming adults by the time I was old enough to talk.
Yeah.
My sister Susan and my brother Stephen went to Vietnam and came back completely different. And my sister Susan, while I was a little kid, had my niece Lori. And that's why, my niece Lori, we're still close to this day. And she's more like a sibling to me than she is my niece. But I love the fact that she just so proudly calls me Uncle Gary. And I love the way she says it. The way she says Uncle Gary, just there's so much love in the way she says it. And, I'm very fond of my nieces and nephews, but Lori's the one I've always been closest to. Next
also
one
grew
I'm
up on Happy
closest
Days,
to is
too.
my niece Ariel. What's that?
I also grew up on Happy Days too.
Yeah, Happy Days will pop on. I won't leave it on because the Happy Days channel has Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley. I
Yeah.
think it even has
Mork and Mindy.
Joni Loves Chachi, and they've got Mork and Mindy. And when Mork and Mindy comes on, I just can't watch it.
Yeah.
I just can't watch it anymore.
You're,
I don't know,
You're talking
man.
about on
Sure.
Pluto, right?
What's that?
You're talking about on Pluto, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me
And I
that the
love
Laverne
Pluto.
and
My
Shirley-
problem with Pluto is their ads. Nothing annoys me more than some of their promos.
Oh,
Like
I
they,
know.
they are absolutely pharma friendly.
Mhm.
They've got the Coif. I'm not
Yeah.
going to see Coof anymore. I'm going to see
Yeah,
Coif.
and it's the same commercial 3 times in a row for the exact
Pro-
same product
Pro-
sometimes.
Coof fucking vaccine. They put way too many dangerous medications, in my opinion,
Oh,
on
big
there.
time.
The ones that don't have like anal leakage as a possible side effect. No, death, stroke type side effects. And it's like, why are you? They want that money, man. They're taking
Yeah.
Paramount's taking that money. Paramount owns Pluto, taking all that money. I also dislike it when you're watching a family show and you get like really weird identity politics type ads.
Yeah, they're
I'm
totally
like,
anti-family.
you are not picking your crowd correct. That's the people who watch this channel don't like those fucking ads.
Yeah.
And I'm notorious for changing the channel during ads and then coming back to that channel on Pluto TV.
Same here.
Because I really hate their promos. But, hey, Martin, where are we?
Very
Getting any
close,
closer?
97%.
But hey, Gary, quick question: is there
Yeah.
a better, more punk rock TV theme song than Laverne and Shirley? Those lyrics, it sounds like a Pistols song.
And you know, I got to tell you something. I love the meaning of the song too. But at the beginning of it, you see them skipping and doing the LaFazel Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated. That was actually something that Penny Marshall and her sister would do as kids, skip and do that. So that was actually something from her childhood that she brought into the show. Yeah.
Oh.
Her
Maybe
and
it's regional. I've seen that.
Her and Gary Marshall are siblings.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know. And he was the producer of the show, directed quite a few episodes. And that's how she got, interested in the business because of her brother. And she became an actor first, but then she really got the bug watching him do what he did. She got interested in direction. And she was a very good director, Penny Marshall.
Huh. Interesting. I think it was because of them.
Their Own is her movie.
I think it was because of them. I actually tried out Coke and Milk.
Oh, I've done it.
Milk and Pepsi.
Yeah. Look, it's called a brown cow.
Yeah.
You can do it with root beer. You can do it with Coke.
Yep.
Or even Pepsi.
And it's not that bad.
No, it's good. It's
Yeah.
actually really good. Actually, one of my favorite drink mixes I still do to this day is cranberry juice and Mountain Dew.
Really?
Oh my God.
Oh, I haven't tried that. Now
So I get the no sugar added cranberry juice and the Mountain Dew Zero. Oh my God.
Was it like
knocks me for a loop? It's just so good.
50,
I do it more like a quarter of a cup of juice to a full cup or 3/4 of a cup of soda. And it's a perfect mix. It has just enough of that tart flavor.
Nice.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
This is a movie really for the ladies. It really is. There's enough in here for guys, violence, but
And
this
titties.
is a film really directed at women who like men, acting like men. Now, Kevin Tighe, oddly, is not the villain here. He kind of made a career playing bad guys, like in K-9 and shit like that.
Right.
That is Kevin Tighe. He is half the team that inspired me to become a paramedic and I did. I grew up to be a paramedic because of him and his partner on the show Emergency.
Oh, what was the other guy?
Kevin Tighe in this is a good guy.
Name.
What's that?
The other actor had some awesome name. He was Native American. There you go.
What was it? What was his name? Something Mantooth, not Kevin.
Randolph
Mantooth. Yeah, he had
That's
a great name, dude. He's Native American. A lot of people didn't know that.
He on the show, he was
American
always like
Indian.
proud of it. I remember like they were watching like Cowboys and Indians at the station house when the alarm goes off, and he turns to the other guy and goes, like one guy makes an Indian crack, and he's like, "Shut up, you guys are just a bunch of treaty breaking liars." And then the episode just keeps on going.
Oh,
great line.
Okay. If I may, I just like to point a fun fact that girl, that redhead that is giving us her back, she is in Babylon 5. She's one of the main characters. She's Lita Alexander. Yes, but you only see her face for like 1 second here. And one of the bad guys is also a part of the cast of Babylon 5.
Huh.
Garibaldi? Which bad guy? Which cast member?
Oh, it's an R. No, it's not Jakar. It's Talon, the Jakar's bodyguard. He's kind of a samurai. And not only that, he's the guy in I think it's the first season that got taken over by the Ikaran bio war machine.
Oh,
what's it? War what?
You know what I said. You know what I said. I can't help it, man. I can't help it.
Look at those pants.
He's the war machine.
He's doing it to me too, Martin. Just ignore it. Let it slide. He'll
Let's
never
begin.
stop.
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go.
He's a big dude and he's imposing.
Thank you.
but-
Now I have this fucking
Joe's
song stuck in my
atmosphere
head for the rest of
has
the
been a
night.
member for 2 months.
Yes,
The
and-
speech Dalton gives to his security guys, epic. Amen to that, man.
Yes. We have 3
Also,
more.
Enema was impressed with this scene, even though it's still fake, of him sewing up his own wound. I'm like going, and I remember almost defensively, I said, I've sewn up my own wounds.
Yeah, he got all defensive.
No appreciation.
Done it.
the
He's so
Terminator
badass.
self-fulfilling.
It's so badass the way he is sewing up his own wound. I've done it.
Yeah, you were reluctant to show me the movie because it has shirtless Patrick Swayze in it. You were jealous.
By the way, Joe, I got you added back into the group. We took care of it. So you are back in the Saturday group. So your invite is in there. If you want to make it, if you can't, don't worry
I
about
sent
it.
him a link. I knew he wasn't in the group, so I sent him the link separately.
Well, he's in the group now.
Yeah, I was not cognizant of that side effect.
Yeah, don't worry about it, man. We took care of it. When the new Helldiver gets a little bit too confident. Oh my God.
What?
Oh, this is great. I've got to find a way to share this on screen.
Want me
This
to
is
pause
fucking
it?
cool looking.
Well,
Yeah, pause it for a second, and then I'm going to share my screen. Present, share screen. Somebody posted this about. There's no audio with it. It's just the visual. So here you go. When the new Helldiver gets a little bit too confident. Oh, there is audio. Doesn't matter.
Do it. Ah.
That was funny as shit.
It's free time, always.
I hear nothing but good things for Helldiver.
Well,
Just everybody who's played it so far that's talked to me said they love the game. And they're like, you need to try this game if you like first-person shooters. I'm like, huh?
well, it's not a. It's not
I'm
a
waiting
first
now for the
person.
new Rainbow
Rainbow Six.
Tom Clancy's game, the anti-terrorist team.
Rainbow Six.
Thank you.
Remember when Tom Clancy used to actually write books? Poor R.I.P. We never found out what happened.
I got to tell you, I loved. Oh, hold it. There he is. There he is. That is the gentleman that was in Terminator. God, he's in so many freaking movies. He's in Action Jackson. I got to find his name again. This is the dude that they get because of his voice. Oh my God. Like in Terminator, he's like, what the hell? What the hell?
The
When
garbage
the
truck
Terminator
driver,
appears,
yeah.
he's the
Awesome.
trash truck guy at the beginning of Terminator. And I always forget his name, but he's in so many movies, and he only has like a couple of lines here and there, and it's all because they wanted his voice in it.
Yeah.
He ended up dying. I think he died in the 80s,
Really?
if not the early 90s.
Oh, bummer.
Let's see if I can find him. He had that burly, rough, like he smoked. There it is. Devereaux White is his name.
Ah.
He's in so many movies, small parts. And I think he was like a blues singer, and that's why he had that voice.
Oh.
Oh, what the hell? He just mumble, roughly mumble. Read My Nature is here. Just saw a meme recently, which shows a scene where Ironside's character bites it, and every character is labeled as a type of shooter player. Ironside being a boomer shooter. Let's see. Oh, that's Martin. Let's see what Joe said here. The best coolers I ever saw could stop a fight just by talking down the amp. The soundtrack to this movie is ridiculous. They made some real bucks off the soundtrack.
Yeah.
It fits.
They had Jeff Healey performing so many songs for this movie within the movie. which was genius.
R.I.P. on that one too. No
And he
longer with
died
us.
young, by the way. He died at 41.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
Was-
cancer.
Well, cancer was the thing that left him blind to begin with.
Yep.
Good guitar player, man.
That's right. Patrick Swayze died in 2009, 57 years, way too young. Agreed. I'm so glad he got one season of his series
What
before he
series?
passed away. He did a TV series. I forget the name of it right now. He was a cop.
He's my mom's favorite actor.
Wonder
He's one
why.
of my favorite actors.
Wonder why.
Because he could
Gary,
dance.
we owe a couple of videos for the membership milestones.
Yes. Here we go. I'm going to pause this so I can play some videos real quick. This is first video for everybody. The one video has already been played just for our intro. And here is the next one. Let's see.
Roadhouse.
I'm not sure if I played this one.
Help! Somebody! These drunk redneck truckers are trying to have their way with me!
Not while my scrotum is pressed up against my stomach in these jeans, they won't.
I was going to say before, but when he shows up in that outfit, it's like, I know Patrick Swayze is a big guy and he's really tough, but he's wearing like double pleated linen pants that are like not khaki, they're like cream white, and like a La Tigra polo shirt that's just also a little too tight, and like maybe like a neon color of popular odds at the time. He's like, buddy, you might be tough, but like with all that hairspray and that look, like you're not intimidating.
Yeah, with that, it's sort of a pompadour meets the mullet. I will play this video. I'm going to play this video again just for our members. This is just for our members.
Oh my God, Roadhouse! I want to buy this.
Great. And as a bonus, I'll throw in What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams.
No, thank you.
No charge.
If that DVD even touches Roadhouse, I will kill you.
You didn't even stop to look at Superman on the shelf right next to it.
Yeah.
He already has that one, I guess.
But Patrick, he did die too young. And it just, cancer just sucks, man.
Pancreatic cancer. Can you play for Parrot Head, the one where he kicks in the window in the drive-thru? Because that's what he posted in the group.
Yeah, man. Here you go.
Here's your burger, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I need another $1.25.
Is that right? Keep the change. Roadhouse.
It has a different text on the picture that he sent. But
like that's a
that was for you,
roundhouse,
Parrot Head.
you idiot.
Now, a lot of people don't know that Patrick Swayze's brother is an actor too. But I don't know, man. He is so weird looking. Has anybody ever seen him? You guys are aware of him?
No.
Is he as weird looking as Michael Douglas's brother was?
You know, more so.
Oh.
Wow, that says a lot.
Well, color me.
I'll tell you, a bunch of family members that weren't weird looking were the Mitchum siblings and all the kids. All of them were good actors. But Patrick Swayze's brother, man, what is that? Don Swayze. Oh my gosh.
Patrick got all the good looks.
Here, let me show you this guy. Let me pause the movie.
I forgot about him.
Oh my God. Here we go. This is Don Swayze. Here you go.
Wow. That's
he looks like a living example of a birth defect.
It looks like Joaquin Phoenix had like a love child with Bruce Campbell.
No, it looks like you ask a first generation AI to make a picture of Patrick Swayze.
He looks almost like that dude that played Sabretooth in X-Men, like the first X-Men movie. But more
it's like
I remember this guy though. He's been a heavy in a few things.
Oh, he's been in every single Patrick Swayze film somewhere. Because nepotism, that's the thing.
It's his brother. I'm okay with it. Bill Murray
I
does
am
it too,
too.
and we love Brian Doyle.
The
Murray.
Murrays do it all the time. I mean,
yeah.
Scrooged, all the brothers appear in the film.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the brothers plays his brother. The other brother plays the father, and the other brother is like his real life brother's or his character brother's best friend.
Mm.
He had two Murrays in that scene at the party that are trying to do similes or whatever the fuck they're Gilligan's Island question. I love that, the butthole. I like Kevin Tighe. We lost him just recently, didn't we? Like in the last 5 years.
I didn't know.
I'm going to double check because I know we still have Mantooth.
Hmm.
But I think we did lose Kevin Tighe.
I hate that we're losing.
No, he's still. Oh, thank God, he's still alive. 79 years old. He's in 48 Hours. He's in K9. He's the main villain in K9. He's in Roadhouse, and he's in the miniseries Rose Red, Stephen King's Rose Red. He's also in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and he's in one of my favorite baseball films ever made, 8 Men Out.
Ah,
he was a prolific actor,
movie.
very good. I knew he was a good actor when I hated him because he's the villain in K9, and I really wanted him to get killed. Oh, he needs to die. And there's Jeff Healey. Now, I do love the early scenes of this bar. They're in a cage.
Yeah.
You
Because
know
people
you are.
keep throwing shit.
oh yeah, I remember.
You know
that.
you're in a dive when the band has to be protected by chicken wire.
Yeah.
But you know you're in the right bar if you're not in the band to hang out and have a great time. Just start buying drinks at that place. Don't leave.
Do it.
Now, he does have another brother, by the way, that acts. His name is Sean Swayze, but he's not really been in very much. I think he's in like 2 things.
Tim, it's not always about you. How about you earn it?
How
What?
dare you?
What?
How dare you
Do something.
saying
Earn
that
your
to
fucking
Tim?
video.
It's everything. Everything is about Tim. Okay.
Don't worry, Gary will be drilling Martin later.
No.
Oh, don't say that. That's ooh.
No.
That's slightly.
I meant in a
suggestive.
marshalling sense, you know?
Yeah, but that's not how it sounds.
Right.
I thought we were friends, Steve. That's the way you want it? Okay. I'm
No,
going to
I
have
didn't
to
know
change.
about this. Read by Nature said they wanted Swayze originally for Zombieland cameo.
Oh,
Is that bullshit? Or is that true?
Are they kidding
Don't know.
around? Were they saying to like CGI Patrick Swayze would be like in Zombieland? Okay. I was thinking World War Z with Brad Pitt.
Okay. I have,
so
I
I guess
have
they gave it to
Tim's
Bill Murray.
video.
Just play the
Right
video.
here.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim?
Yeah, now you need to give Stax his video too, or he'll be crying.
Oh, right.
Oh,
right.
shit.
Hey, fuck you, Carl.
There you go.
Did it play?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't saw it.
So the
See.
Zombieland cameo would be
Yeah, I'm over
Bill
on
Murray.
Sci-Fi right now. Zombieland writer shares slapstick cameo scene originally written for Patrick Swayze. No shit.
It was Bill Murray's part? Is that what it was?
Here, I'm going to share the screen here. Share. There you go. Zombieland writer shares slapstick cameo scene originally written for Patrick Swayze.
Wow.
Watching Bill Murray's short-lived house party with the idiot road warriors in the original Zombieland may have felt like the time of our movie-loving lives, but Murray's walk-on and slapstick demise originally was meant to go to a certain shaggy-haired, dirty dancing actor. Murray ended up filling the role after the late, great Patrick Swayze, whom Zombieland team reportedly favored for the part, fell ill before he could be cast. But thanks to an awesome bit of sharing from co-writer, EP, executive producer, Paul Wernick, we're no longer in the Donnie Darko about how things would have played out. Oh, this is sad.
Wow.
It is sad. It is sad. And if he had made that his last ever screen appearance, then people would be like, really freaked out. He would have died on screen.
He would have died on screen and then died for real. And that is wow.
And then he would
I
have
wish
had
it had
that.
happened now. And I love the Bill Murray part. Don't get me wrong. I do love that.
Yeah.
But it's funny because he's alive. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it would have been really sad. Like, what else could you do?
I know. Thanks for sharing that. I was unaware, man. That is so cool. And I'm glad they shared that news with the public. Because so often that stuff goes unknown. You only hear about it in rumors.
It was the right time to tell us and confirm it, right? Because he's been gone long enough that we can all kind of compose ourselves about it, and the emotions have kind of settled down. Because people were very upset when he passed away. He beat a lot of stuff to get his life back together. He had a drinking problem. He whipped it to shape and other stuff. So people very much were rooting for Patrick Swayze when this, to us, seemed to come out of nowhere and take this very vital person.
Totally true. Totally true. Let's see. For the backdoor video, you are not getting a backdoor video today, but you're going to get more of the comedy.
I love that car.
Videos from Family Guy. So here you go. You're going to get this video now.
Okay, that is the last time you are going to pull that crap. You hear me?
Yes.
Do you hear me? Roadhouse.
I love this car. Is that a Cutlass?
It's actually a longer scene, and I have to cut it down to 10 seconds. So I actually did an edit there, and it's such a good edit. I did an edit on 2 of the other videos too. This video is edited.
Oh my God, Roadhouse! I want to buy this.
Great. And as a bonus, I'll throw in What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams.
No, thank you.
No charge.
If that DVD even touches Roadhouse, I will kill you.
It was much longer, but you can't tell because I know how to edit.
What she said.
Yeah, it was much longer. It was much longer at one time, and then it got cut.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
One thing you can say about the Dalton character is
Is it this?
Really
Is it
has
this?
You just don't get it, do you?
The fuck, man! You cooked me.
I was just wondering if that's what he said. No? Go ahead and tell it,
This is
Martin.
the first time we've seen him in clothes you could wear walking down the street today.
The onion is
Still
here.
needs a baseball hat.
Onion.
Hi, John.
Hey, John Chipola. And Jeff PDX1 is here. Look at that. Everybody's here. This is awesome. Having a good day. Having a good day. And
19
just
people.
for
Nice crowd.
everybody being here, for Martin, I played this video.
Wakaremaska? Where?
Okay.
You're an unpleasant little bugger, aren't you? Hi.
The bigotry
love
that I
that
have
one.
to stand.
You know what? Not as bad as the people who from like, isn't he supposed to be English with that terrible British accent? You would have figured he'd learn stage British by that point in his career. He's like 50.
Yeah, maybe.
He was English.
Yeah.
Then why was his? Wow, just a bad speaking voice.
He was the he was one of those actors early on that took on playing an American, and so a lot of people thought he was American. He came up in the show Dr. Kildare. Is where he got famous, playing playing the main character, Dr. Kildare. But yeah, as I recall, he is. Hold on a second. Hold on.
It's like Gillian Anderson is both, right? When she speaks with a British accent, she's not acting. It's when she speaks with her American accent because she said she had to relearn how to speak like an American because people were laughing at her when she moved back to America.
I am completely fucking wrong. He's American.
Yeah, I thought so. His English
I've
accent
always
sucks.
thought he was British. No, this
Who?
motherfucker is also an American Army veteran.
Who?
Gay as a
Richard
day is
Chamberlain.
long, though. He loved the dick.
Yeah, he did.
Dick Chamberlain.
Sucked miles of it for sure.
What?
He was.
I am shocked.
He lived.
I am too. I always thought he was English and had gotten rid of his English accent.
But we never thought he was straight.
He was
That
the
part,
first
he wasn't
Jason
that
Bourne.
good of an actor.
You know, he was the first Jason Bourne.
Right.
He did the
Was he
Bourne
really?
Identity back in late 80s.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Patrick with no regard for fashion. Brown belt, black shirt. What is he thinking? Must be
I
the
always
80s.
thought he was British, man. I always did. And I just found out he's born in fucking Beverly Hills, man. Beverly Hills.
Did you ever think he was straight?
I love Weezer. I got to tell you, this is a joke that actually I really did. I always thought he was straight. Found out he was gay through my dad. You know, he had said something about it once, and then I went and I did some reading. I'm like, holy crap, he really is gay. But he, when he came out publicly about being gay, I turned to my dad because he looks like my dad. It's really weird how much he looks like my father. It's bizarre. Richard Chamberlain and my young dad, the young version of my dad, looked a lot alike. Same eyebrows, very interesting, same nose. And so I said, hey, Dad, Richard Chamberlain came out as gay. Does that mean you're going to be coming out soon? That went over like a lead balloon with my dad.
Keeping my secret, damn it.
And that was the end of that conversation.
Yeah, he was the butt of so many of my jokes. He would laugh at my jokes most of the time, but he did not laugh at that one.
Man.
No.
I got him laughing so hard one day. The harder he laughed, the angrier he became at me. And I constantly stayed right out of his arm's reach. And I just kept adding to the punchline, more punchlines. And it just made him madder and madder.
Crutches reach, Gary.
Well, that later, his crutch reach. And I fucked up on that one. He was chasing me through the house, okay? And it was a circle. You would go from the dining room into the kitchen, around the kitchen, through into the hallway, back into the dining room, back into the kitchen. And that was the chase. I was the monkey. And he was, he was the monkey. I was the weasel. The monkey chased the weasel. And I was just having some fun with him. Just kept pissing him off more and more. And then finally, you know, because he's on crutches, he's coming after me on his crutches. And I said, here, Dad, maybe this will help. And I mocked him by doing the fake crutches. And I started walking like a guy on crutches and making an sound. And that was when I forgot that he didn't always need both crutches. So all of a sudden, he just speared through one of his fucking crutches right between my feet. And I went straight to the ground hard. Slammed into that ground. And by the time I rolled over, I forgot just how fast my dad could be. He was on top of me. And I remember going, ah! I yelled just like that. Ah! And I got up and fucking ran out of the apartment and ran away from him. I was afraid to go back home after that.
Did he beat you with the other crutch?
No, but boy, I was scared to death to go back
Leave
home.
that picture up, Martin.
I'm like, he's gonna want to
Back
kill
one
me.
picture, Martin.
Man, that is.
Yeah, can we go back like two pictures and just admire that woman
It's
again for a
not as
moment?
easy as you think.
She was hot. Ooh, wow. And
Why
look, ladies
can
and
I
gentlemen,
not
a young Danny
control
Trejo.
now? Because I can do it. Why is it not letting me control it?
Her
Because
hotness
you're
would
angry with
melt
the
the
karma gods, and this is
processor
your
on the
punishment.
computer. What came first, this or Cocktail? They sort of have some of the same
What happened?
DNA.
I removed it because it's not letting me. The controls aren't popping up like it should.
So you're a control freak.
Did you
If
go
can
back to the
control it,
image?
You remove it.
Did you go back to the image?
Okay, let me try.
By the way,
looks-
look,
'Cause it won't let me.
look
Well,
at
I'm doing
Patrick's t-shirt. They don't make them like that anymore. And I don't mean like they used to make them better. I mean like it's strange looking now. His collar is like 4 times wider than a usual one. It's that late 80s.
Well, I got
mock
to tell you, even
turtleneck.
the Hawaiian shirts from the period are better than the ones we have today.
Yeah, true.
I used
That's
to
a great
love wearing
Hawaiian shirt. I mean, I'll
Yeah,
give
because a
that.
couple of years ago, I wanted to get a Hawaiian t-shirt. And it's like, God, they're all crap now.
Well,
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirts have
Did you
always
try-
been ugly.
You've not responded, and I've not seen you go back to the image of that woman.
I don't know what you want.
Never mind. Just keep going.
Pen left.
It's not worth
Be
it.
a hard copy there. Let's just say they had some really good-looking female extras in this movie.
Oh,
Is it even playing right now?
it says that it is, but it isn't. I'm gonna take it down and bring it up again.
Anyway,
I've
Gary,
never had
I
that
gotta
happen
get
with a
going.
slideshow.
Yeah, that's
I have
weird.
her. I have
What?
the picture paused of the hot chick on my other computer.
Can
So
you
I'm
control it
staring
now?
at her.
Nope.
Fuck,
I'll be back.
that's weird. Okay.
Anyway, Gary, I gotta get going. So I will catch you guys a little later.
Bye, CRC. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, you too.
See you, Mike.
See you,
See ya.
dude. Later.
I have the screen. I
Okay.
paused the playback on my YouTube for that actress. I'm just enjoying how hot she is. I wonder if she went on to do anything else.
Yeah. See, now the controls are back.
There we go. Scotty, you've earned your reputation as a miracle worker.
Oh, it's always story time with me, Vinkman's girl. You know that. Courtney will join us here shortly.
Oh, great. I was hoping to get other females on for this, but neither Max nor Six responded to me, so guess they're busy.
That's odd that they didn't respond to you.
I tried.
We're stuck again.
That's it's
Apparently.
still playing right now.
Yeah, but the image doesn't change. Oh,
There we go.
I did it manually. Now I've got that song stuck in my head.
Which
Beverly
song?
Hills.
Oh,
Now, some people
yeah.
think that Citizen Kane is the finest film ever made. Those are the people who have not seen Roadhouse. And there's that extra
Yeah.
again. Thank you, God. And
I
whoever
can't
directed
believe
this
I've
movie.
never seen this movie. I love Patrick Swayze, but I didn't
Dirty
know.
Dancing
He did
Swayze.
a really cool post-apocalyptic film. Steel. Let me go see that. I forget the name of it. I remember when it came out. It flopped. Straight to video.
I'm just
Steel
glad there's no
Magnolia?
movie
That's
that he
the only
dies
title I know
on.
with Steel.
Just
No,
glad
no,
there's
no.
no movie where he dies early and plays a ghost for the rest of the film. That would be outright creepy considering what. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Well, at least
go.
Whoopi Goldberg, isn't it? Oh, wait. Shit. So I'm not watching that movie ever again.
I gotta tell you, she was actually pretty good in the film, and I'm not a fan of hers. I like two
Yeah,
films
but
of
she
hers.
can act. I don't
Sure.
like her, but she can act.
Two movies that she starred in that I thought were good: Burglar
Right?
and Ghost. That's pretty
Jumpin'
much it.
Jack
I'm not a fan
Flash.
of her.
Is Steel Dawn
That-
the one you're looking for?
Okay,
Gary?
yes, I did like that film too. But
It's
why did
fun.
I like it? I liked it because of one of her co-stars, the English one.
Terrence Stamp.
The other Englishman.
The actual Jumpin' Jack Flash himself. What's his name? Jonathan Price.
Jonathan Rice. Jonathan Price.
Price. Yeah, he was like, you may remember me from balancing champagne glasses on the hood of a Lexus. I am here to menace Whoopi Goldberg, and she didn't play herself. She played a fun
Troy
person.
McClure now?
Troy McClure?
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such films as Mommy, What Happened to Daddy's Face?
And today we kill, tomorrow we die.
Just remember, kids, that cow, if it had its chance, would kill and eat you. This is Troy McClure. Phil Hartman, man, I miss that man.
We lost Phil Hartman. Like, one man passed away and hundreds of voices fell silent. It was terrible.
Okay, so he had a small part in Uncommon Valor, which led to him becoming more of a star. But he was in Outsiders, The Renegades, just some really weird stuff. But he, in the middle of all this, he did this weird film right after he did Dirty Dancing called Steel Dawn.
Yeah,
it was an action adventure film, post-apocalyptic. Yeah, here, I'm going to share it real quick so you can see the film. And I remember it went straight to video.
Hey, look what Jeff is saying here. It was a sequel to Red Dawn.
I wondered about
right
that because of the title.
It couldn't be because he died in Red Dawn. But this was it was a sci-fi sword and sorcerer type film that takes place in the future. And God, it had a limited release. Anthony Zerbe's in it and Brian James. John Fujioka was in it. He was famous for a lot of 70s TV. Arnold Vosloo is in it as Mocker. Nobody else of really merit to mention. Arnold Vosloo, most people know him because he played the Mummy in the remake of the Mummy back in 2000?
Yes.
99? It might have been in the 90s when he made that film.
90s.
Yeah. Back to the slideshow. But that's the name of the movie, Steel Dawn. If you want to see a really weird film with Patrick Swayze, that's worth a watch. Now, that guy, the minute I saw him, I'm like, that's Red. He's part of the Memphis Mafia. He was friends and ran security for Elvis Presley. He was also the flight maintenance guy on Baa Black Sheep.
And his character is called Red, too.
Always called Red.
Oh, I remember that
Always,
character. He hated Pappy Boynton for a little while. They had to like duke it out and come out, get together and have a few beers afterwards to get on the same page. Officer and a gentleman like.
Now, the guy you just saw there, one of the main villains in the film, is been in a lot of movies.
That's the one that I told you is in Babylon 5.
Yeah.
Wait, where is this Roadhouse supposed to be? Because that was a New York State plate. Not just does not seem like a New York movie.
That's in a town in Missouri.
Okay, so the fancy New Yorkers came there and crashed their car. Gotcha.
Okay, let me post it here.
Anyway, his name is Marshall R. Teague.
Yes, and there you have it.
Great name.
He is somebody, yeah, that's him in the costume. He is somebody that I am considering reaching out to because he's very pro-soldier, and I've been told that I should contact him and have him on. I'm only going to do the Dangerous Military Nerds every once in a while when I have somebody to interview and have on as a guest. Really good actor,
I really
man.
hope you get back to doing that show. I love Dangerous Military Nerds.
It's only going to happen if I have people to bring on as guests.
And here's the girl. Right before the other guy knocked her to the ground.
Oh, I recognize her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally recognize her.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's just him.
No, it's...
Well, they're hanging out together these days.
and having trouble.
Provided he lived a good life.
There's Marshall Teague, and he does a lot of veteran benefits. Does a lot of USO work, traveling to entertain the troops.
Love
You
his
should
name.
totally get him on.
Wonder why?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, man, I'm fighting with this thing today.
We need to go to our ad break anyway, so you get half a minute more to fight.
Okay, let me take care of that. Take down dish, and here we go.
Meet the Seattle Vigilante. Like so many comic heroes, this warrior hides his identity. But his identity isn't the only secret he has to keep. After grievous wounds received during combat, Tier 1 operator John Russell begins to recover and comes to terms with his new reality of being an amputee. And as he learns how to use his new prosthetic limb, he finds himself caught up in the bureaucratic red tape that too many wounded veterans experience, the exhausting medboard process. Out of sheer frustration, John takes it out on the criminal scum of the city. But when reality kicks in, John realizes he started something that's having an impact on the greater world around him, and thus has to reevaluate his motives. And moreover, just how far is John willing to go to finish this war he's declared against the criminals in Seattle? And will he even survive? From the creator of IDW's award-winning graphic novel Code Word Geronimo comes a new story about a different kind of warrior, Vindicated Inc., the first of its kind disabled veteran action hero comic. The Vindicated Inc. graphic novel crowdfunding campaign on fundmycomic.com is provided in the description of this video. We hope you become a contributor. Please share this link. Thank you.
Hello, back.
All right, so I'm going to give you a little bit of trivia here. That one of the first things I want to mention is that the UK version of this film, though it is the complete film, is shy of 10 seconds because the BBFC censored and removed a knee kick from the film, a double ear clap, and a groin punch. They
England
But
is
titties
so
are
weird.
fine.
Yeah,
Didn't they have to
boobs are
cut the
fine.
nunchuckers out of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for England too?
Yes.
They have some strange ideas.
Yep, they do. Let's see. For continuity issues, in the Double Deuce office, there's blood dripping from Pat McBurn's nose before Dalton actually hits him.
I noticed that.
When Ketchum and the three men walk to the Double Deuce to start the fight with Dalton, the tallest one in the back is a different actor after they walk inside and confront the bouncers. And it's really very obvious when you see it. That is not the same person that was outside when they're inside. It's really weird. My guess is they weren't able to get a hold of that actor for the studio at the set.
And they needed that walk-in for continuity, so they just did whatever but they didn't do a
Found
good job of
somebody else.
matching height.
Yeah.
They had to
So
find somebody
when-
else. They
Oh,
didn't have
man,
stuntmen. They all did their own stunts on this movie, which impresses me.
So,
You
like,
must have needed,
there's
like,
also
3 months
another
off.
scene where it's the lovemaking scene when Ben Gazzara is watching him out on the roof of the barn outside the window. The distance from the window is like really noticeable. Like they were close to the window when they're on the set, but when they go outside on the outside of the barn, they're a lot further away from the window. And then at the 1:30 minute 24-second mark, a cigarette has magically appeared in Dalton's right hand. Just magically. Because magic exists in this world, if you didn't know that.
Wait,
Roadhouse.
but he was smoking.
The magical land of Roadhouse.
Anyway, shut up, Mark. When Dalton goes to the hospital to get staples from the doc, he raises his left arm and you can see nothing on his biceps. Later on, you can see bloody small cuts on that same arm. Lots of little things. I mean, there's a ton of them here.
This whole thing was very much like, is it Days of Thunder where what's her name? Nicole Kidman is trying to explain to Tom Cruise, like, you're too messed up to do this anymore.
Wait, silence. Shinotki's here. It's time to end the stream.
I love you too, Martin.
Well, Courtney tried to get in. What happened?
I don't know. She disconnected completely. Well, Shinotki, you're here, but I'm gonna show your banner anyway.
Oh yeah.
Show is not complete till the banner is shown.
That's right.
Man, it's
there's something else. Early in the movie, Dalton's Mercedes is shown with flush headlights and cleaning wipers, but when we see the Mercedes later in the barn, it's a different model of the Mercedes with beam lights and no wipers.
I remember the headlight wipers. That was like the ultimate flex. Like, I'm so rich, my headlights have wipers. What the hell was the point? Am I the only one who thought she was the cutest girl in Charlie's Angels?
Who?
Kelly Lynch is the villain in Charlie's Angels 1.
I forgot that. She is. Yeah, that is her.
And she's cute.
Yeah, the only thing I
She's so
remember
cute.
as far as villains go is Weirdo and the dancing dude, Sam Rockwell.
Crispin Glover, you mean? Yeah. Okay, that's it. Yeah, Sam Rockwell.
Did I ever tell you about meeting him at a party, him and his girlfriend?
Rockwell?
No, Glover.
No, tell me. That must
They're
be
both.
interesting.
They were at a Hollywood party I went to, and very polite guy, very polite, soft spoken. His girlfriend, as we were talking, I thought she was just emo or something or goth, because they're both wearing black, and she had black makeup on and all that shit. She actually worked as a what do you call it? Doing working with dead bodies.
Coroner?
No.
No.
In a funeral home.
Pathologist?
In a funeral home.
Mortician?
Mortician, thank you. She was a mortician. And I just went, a goth person is a mortician? What the fuck? That's creepy as hell in my head. But they're very nice, very pleasant people.
It's Abby from NCIS.
He got roofied at a Hollywood party. Yes, Vinkman's girl, mortician. That's it. My car need a bra. They are called bras, by the way. If you guys didn't know that, the leather strap you put on the front of your car to protect the grill, if you got a fast car.
Oh yeah,
it's called a bra.
I had no idea. I didn't know that was a thing.
I think they're vinyl, but yes.
I didn't know.
The one I had one on one of my cars. I had a TR7, and I had a bra for it, and it was leather.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Not leather. It was real leather. It was nice.
I bought one to hide the damage when I had the low speed crash in my car. I was like, I can just buy one of those things.
No, but a bar scene like this, when do you ever see a bar scene like this in the modern era?
Sure seen a hell of a lot of laundromats.
Well, first of all, it would be a 5 foot tall woman kicking.
Not a
crap
redneck
out of-
movie unless you got a laundromat.
That might be true.
Hey.
Finally, a T-shirt that looks the same today. They haven't changed the white T-shirt. The white like Fruit of the Loom is still the same T-shirt.
Never change a classic.
It's in honor of Patrick Swayze.
You think?
Wouldn't mind driving that King's Portico.
There we go. There we go.
By the way, kids, this is called a pay telephone. Before you could carry a phone in your pocket, you had to go find one attached to a wall and put in some change. At this point, it may have gone up to a quarter, but it might have still been a dime. Not sure.
Here we go. And
I'd love to put today's teenagers in front of a phone like that and have them figure out how it works. That must be fun to watch.
I'm not sure if people remember what the TR7 looked like. This is what it looked like. It was a Triumph. There it is. Made by British Leyland Motors. It was a really good car. But here's the problem with all TR7s. I owned one of these babies, and I had a bra on mine. They're not designed to drive distance, and that's the problem with owning a British Leyland car in the United States. They're meant for short distances, and they get overheated very quickly driving in America.
Okay. In the vein of this movie, I have to say to you, what's wrong with Detroit cars?
What's wrong with what?
Detroit cars.
Oh, Detroit. Okay, I got you. I thought you said Detert. And I'm like, what the hell is Detert?
What about you, Rodriguez? You got anything to say?
Yes, sir, but it's very difficult, sir, and I don't think you'll understand.
Well, try me. Let me hear.
Okay, sir. Mire, jefe, yo no sabía que yo iba a trabajar más fuerte que el caballo de mi tío. El pobre se cayó.
Now I heard Jefe in there. What did he say?
I heard that.
There's that fat guy looks like what's his name?
Newman.
Chris Farley.
Wayne Knight.
Chris Farley. That looks like Chris Farley, dude. They should have had Chris Farley for this.
It's so funny when he goes to fight.
Yeah, he's meant to be comic relief, but he's really not that funny. But he is meant to be comic relief because he's the only member of the other team that survives at the end. I got to tell you, Kelly Lynch is better looking today than she was back in the 80s, in my humble opinion.
Really pretty.
I think it's just the hair that makes her not look as good because that hair is
so redneck trashy to me in this film.
She's got her face is a little weird. I think it's
long. She has a long, thin nose.
She has the mutant gene of
War
being
monkey.
a pretty good actress and good looking at the same time, though.
No, she is actually a very good actor.
Yeah. Like, if you want the same look with a bad actress, you hire Kelly Preston. R.I.P.
Hey, Sidewall Dragon is here.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
That
looks bad.
Look who we got here.
Oh, hey.
You caught me.
I look weird because hold on, let's do this. Don't show my face.
We have two gingers on the show.
All right, show my face. What do I do?
Thank you.
My dog is dressed up for something earlier, so maybe he'll show his face in a little. How's everyone doing?
Was he dressed as a cat?
No.
Oh.
He's dressed as you can't really tell. I'll bring him over in a little. I just had an escapade with the phone, the computer, and the iPad trying to get on here.
Oh, so next week Patrick Jordan is doing 48 Hours. The movie.
Nice.
Was Drugstore Cowboy right before this? I'm sorry, I read the chat. I shouldn't have done that, but that's one of my favorite movies.
Great in that
Drugstore
too.
Cowboy is a great flick.
Do you know I will not put a hat on the bed because of that?
No,
movie?
never.
You don't either? That's good. It's not just me.
No, I actually won't even make my bed with my baseball hat on. I put it on a table far away.
Yeah, I
can't
freak out.
explain.
Adam is a redhead. She's beautiful.
Oh, in Drugstore Cowboy, someone throws their hat in the bed, and it's Heather Graham. It might be her first movie, but he's like, "All right, that's it," and everyone's like freaking out except her. And he's like, "Well, we can't leave for a month." And they're like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You threw the hat in the bed. That's a 28-day curse. We can't do anything." And she's like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, and don't look into the back of that mirror, or we won't be able to leave for well ever. Don't ever do that. We can never look in the back of a mirror." I'm like, "Okay, I'm not doing that." Because after that, the movie, everything bad that could happen happens to them.
There you go.
Yeah, the hat on the bed. The hat on the bed is very intense though, and for some reason that resonated with me. So never hat on
It's
the
in
bed.
Goodfellas too, because when Lois wants her lucky hat to fly, it's on the bed when she grabs it. So it's like I think it's an Italian thing.
It might be. I'm sorry, who's laughing at that comment?
Well, it's
Why,
her
is it
lucky
warmer?
hat
Is it warmer
unravels their
everybody
whole
else's?
plan.
My God, that shirt. Oh, it hurts my eyes.
Yeah.
That's why he's the villain.
Here's some interesting behind-the-scenes trivia here. During the filming of this, Patrick Swayze was already becoming very famous, and his fame was causing problems while shooting the film as a group of middle-aged blonde women attempted to drive up to his trailer, his mobile home. A raft of Swayze fans sailed up the creek, the river there, during the film of the fight scene, the final fight scene.
Just to watch it?
Yeah, a female extra playing a waitress was too busy watching Swayze to watch where she was going to and kept tripping and spilling drinks.
Oh my god.
That would be me. That would be me too.
And I remember hearing about this, that he got injured in making the film doing his own
He hurt his knee.
Now
because they all
he
did
didn't
their
do
own fights.
every stunt, because that big stunt of him being thrown through the window, that is not Patrick Swayze. It's his stunt double. But he hurt his knee during filming of this, doing one of the fight scenes. He chose to make Ghost next because it was less strenuous physically. And roles like Gabriel Cash in Tango and Cash, which went to Kurt Russell. And he turned down the role of Mike Harrigan in Predator 2, which went to Danny Glover.
Oh, wow. Before you go forward, well, you can still go forward. Who was that gentleman in the last scene with him, that actor? It's driving me nuts. He had the pink shirt on. He's doing like a
Ben
whole bunch of-
Gazzara.
What is he?
Oh,
in?
Ben Gazzara. Yeah.
He's doing like everything, isn't he?
Yeah, God.
No, but he was a
Is he a
big
TV
movie
show?
actor.
Okay, I'm trying to think of what I know him from.
He was a
like,
movie actor.
Okay.
Think he's in Godfather?
No.
So
I don't remember. I don't know. I've got the VHS.
Big Lebowski, maybe? Courtney. He wasn't.
Yeah, he might be in that. Have been in that. Yeah, he was the older dude, or the guy by the pool.
Now, here's another bit of trivia for you. With it, they promoted this film. He had already hit major success because of Dirty Dancing, and because of that, in the promo, the tagline was, "The dancing's over, now it gets dirty."
Oh,
They had to.
But
I know.
Yeah.
Dude, my sister freaking loved Dirty Dancing. It was either that or Cuffs were the two things that she loved to rent because of, Christian Slater.
My favorite Patrick Swayze movie is Red Dawn.
No, Dirty Dancing is for a female. That's like way up there. And do you know how much that costs?
Are you ready for this?
On vinyl
As
right
a man,
now?
I've never seen that movie.
You never saw Dirty Dancing?
What?
Never wanted to see it.
What?
Not
I've seen
I
it so good.
I've
It's
seen
so
it.
good.
I know what the story is.
No.
I know all of the plot points, but I've never seen the movie because I felt as a man, I would, if I don't go to see it with a woman or watch it with a woman, I have to turn in my man card.
Yes.
Going by yourself, I could kind of see that.
I barely remember Dirty Dancing. I just remember the ending because that's what my sister would play over
Where
and
they're
over.
holding it.
Yeah.
Oh, my brother
And I had
sister
the time of my
don't
life
stand with
playing.
me.
And I, yeah, that's
I was at one of the bigger stores, either I don't know, the W or the T, and the Dirty Dancing soundtrack, like repressed or whatever, on vinyl was $35.
Vinyl is crazy expensive.
Now in Black Dog, Bill Paxton plays his brother, while his brother, his real brother, plays a villain. Because his brother's fucking weird looking.
This is great trivia.
See, I think she looks great here, but her hair is very much deflated from before.
I do like this one here. We will meet at the Roadhouse with our next of kin. Next of kin was another one of those, and now next of kin, Liam Neeson was in that film with him, Patrick Swayze, and I like that film. I did. I like Next of Kin.
I think we're coming up to my favorite part.
And by the way, for
Patrick
the
Swayze
martial
gets
arts in this
naked?
film, he was trained. Swayze was trained by national kickboxing champion Benny the Jet.
Yeah, but
Oh yeah.
Marshall did a better job than Patrick.
Who?
Marshall Teague. He the bad guy who.
Oh, in this, yeah, his martial arts are better. But I think he was already a
power of his
practicing
name.
martial artist, wasn't he?
Yes,
'Cause
he's
friends
a
with
real
Chuck
martial
Norris.
artist.
Yeah, he studied and he worked with Chuck Norris.
I think with Patrick that the way in he times his moves is like he's worried not to hurt the other people. So he telegraphs a lot and make poses when you shouldn't do it.
Do you think maybe that's because he's a dancer too?
Probably.
Hmm.
A
Because
trained
he cannot
dancer?
he can't switch off the body control that a dancer has.
You would-
Never. Not
you
when
would
he's
think
just
Oh, that's
standing
it.
there.
Both Liam Neeson and Bill Paxton were in Next of Kin. I got my movies crossed, and both of them play brothers to Patrick Swayze. Liam Neeson plays Gates, and Bill Paxton plays Gerald Gates. And that was a big
Courtney?
movie for Patrick Swayze. I mean, for Liam Neeson, because Liam Neeson had pretty much only been in foreign films at that point.
Yeah.
And him coming over to the U.S. was a big thing for his career. And it's an action film.
Courtney, I have bad news for you. I left out that picture.
Oh.
Just
You're
pause
so
for a
mean.
while.
That's good because I was going to cover my dog's eyes.
See,
There it
he
is,
is
just a little bit.
smoking. He
She's
is
got a great
smoking.
physique too.
See? Hot guy, hot girl, get naked. Movie make money. Something Hollywood
Exactly.
doesn't know anymore.
Actually, it didn't
Wait,
make that much money in the movies. It did well on home cinema, but home video, but not in the box office.
That makes sense.
Now, in real life, Marshall Teague and he did not get along at first. But during the big fight scene, they grew to respect one another because of their dedication to action and doing their own fight stunts. And so during the fight, each one would throw real punches and kicks at one another, which I told Anima about. And that is actually how he hurt his knee, was doing his own fight stunts with Teague.
Well, one of their fight scenes had to be done like over 70 times. That something is going to happen if you do it that
Yeah.
often. They must have been exhausted. That's when you get injured.
And in real life, Swayze was covered in bruises from the fight scene. Those were real bruises. And Swayze had got the shit knocked out of him by Teague because Teague thought he had a breakaway log when he hit him with the log. And it was actually a real log. He hit him.
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
Yeah, I feel bad about that, but he pissed me off.
Everybody got the joke, I hope.
Yeah.
Okay. Sam Eliot, I got to tell you, Sam Eliot lent an air of believability to this film. But ironically, one of the things I hate about this movie is the ending. Because, oh man, I'm going to spoil it before you even see it. Because I'm just going to say it this way. There is an echo to this movie of a film he would do a year later called Tombstone. Because it's very similar, the way he comes into the bar. All beat up. Because he got into a fist fight. And you'll understand my complaint later. Yeah, there's just something. Patrick Swayze is look, he's a hot dude and all that. Yeah. The dude in this movie is fucking Sam Eliot.
Yeah.
He's the guy that I watch this movie for because I'm a big Sam Eliot fan because he's a man's man.
To be honest, the best performance in this movie is Sam and Red's.
Yeah, Red's really good in this. Red's actually really oddly a great actor right out of the gate. Anything he was in, he was good in everything
Why do
he
you
did.
consider that odd?
Because he never had any training. He
was just Elvis's
picked up a
sideman.
script and fucking walked up to the first film he ever, well, TV show he ever worked on, and fucking nailed the character perfectly. Sam Elliott's so badass in this movie. I fucking love the way he talks, him and his drawl. Even though I have a beef with him now because he went with Seth MacFarlane and shit on Tom Selleck. who has stood by him for years.
That's shitty.
When was
And
that? Like
It
around
was
this
on
time?
Family Guy.
Or,
It was
oh,
when Family Guy took a shot at Tom Selleck for the reverse mortgage. The reverse
Oh,
mortgage is a real thing.
that.
It is not a scam. It is not taking advantage of anybody. It is absolutely nothing more than a fucking loan. It follows every fucking rule. And Tom Selleck is not a criminal for fucking doing it and doesn't owe anybody an apology for the reverse loan stuff that he promoted. And reverse mortgage, I mean.
It
And
was still wise to walk away from
and
that
they
endorsement.
overly criticized him on an episode of Family Guy, and Sam Elliott took a shot at him too.
I
And I'm like,
remember
you know
we
what?
didn't finish
Fuck
that
you for doing
episode.
that. Yeah, I stopped it right when Sam Elliott fucking shit on him. I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this episode. I can't watch it.
I love how Sam Elliott is the point where like the gray is starting to encompass his pipe. It's not quite there yet.
It's
Sam
still
Elliott has
masks
pretty
Sam
much
Elliott.
only played a version of himself in everything
Yep.
because he's that interesting a dude.
oh wow! Did you guys hear that actress got stabbed?
What?
Reese? What's her name?
Witherspoon?
Reese Witherspoon.
It's-
Yeah.
No, it was with a
What?
knife.
Did you start with another cop or something? What happened?
I got it, Courtney. I got it.
I stole it from someone else and nobody got it. I was like, no one's gonna get the joke.
I got
Oh,
it.
with a spoon.
Witherspoon.
I said no, it was with a knife.
I'm still not laughing.
I finally get it.
He's like,
One of
ah,
those jokes
with
that-
another good joke.
It hurts me when I realize what it is.
It humbled me that it took me that long to figure it out. I feel
It's,
dumb
it's
now.
totally
Thanks,
not
Courtney.
my joke. I watched it. It's another YouTuber's joke. So if you watch this at all, it's Rob. I forget his last name. Sorry, I took your joke, but it was too good to not do again. And you're the second people I've done it on, and the first time it was perfectly set up because
Come
someone
on,
just went,
move.
with a spoon.
No, it's the slideshow. For some reason, it stops.
I'll move for you. Dirty Dancing.
I don't think it's stopping. I think that for some reason in the rendering, some slides were longer.
Nope.
Or
Nope. Oh, I know.
because I'm looking at it now and it still shows it's playing and moving.
No, I move it. I make it move manually.
It's fine. I'm watching it.
Who is that in real life?
Kelly
Like, who would
Lynch,
act-
you mean?
The actor, not her. The male.
Yeah, James Garner did the same thing and nobody criticized his ass. That's right.
She's with
What?
Sam Elliott right here, I believe.
That's Sam Elliott. Is that who Sam Elliott is?
Yeah,
That's
there
Sam
he is.
Elliott. Yeah.
He looks like Richard Gere right there. I can't see anything, but I
He's
knew
better
Richard
look-
Gere.
he's
a little-
I
better
knew
looking
Richard
than
Gere was not
Richard
in this
Gere.
movie. That's why I was like, who is that?
Beat Richard Gere down like you wouldn't believe with a bat of his
I
eye-
love
eye.
the rumor that Stallone is the one that started the rumor of Richard Gere and the gerbil.
I always thought
Because-
the gerbil rumor was Jerry Pennicoli.
The way it was said to me was that he's always disliked Richard Gere, and he got him fired from their movie Lords of Flatbush. And he did. He said, it's either Richard Gere or me.
Way
I'm not
back then. Wow, that's a long time hatred.
It's because Richard Gere jumped into his personal car with leather seats, with greasy food, and Stallone said, "Hey man, you shouldn't be in my car eating that. I'm going to be pissed if you get anything on my seats." And he spilled it not only on the seats but on him. Got the greasy shit all over him and the seats. And
On
Stallone
purpose?
had, yeah, he thinks it was on purpose. Stallone does, and just fucking with him. And so Stallone said, "Hey, I'm leaving this film. I'm not going to work with Richard Gere. It's him or me." And they fired Richard Gere.
Good, because I love Stallone.
So he's never liked him. Doesn't like him to this day. And the way I read it is that the rumor is from other people in Hollywood said that they had heard that he was one who started the rumor of Richard Gere and gerbils.
I've heard that rumor about the rumor myself, but many gerbils were saved.
Question.
No
by that story.
gerbils were harmed in the making of this
Question.
film.
The other one I've heard often is the rib removal one. That's another one I hear a lot.
About Cher? Cher had her floating rib removed, right?
I've heard that in general, that like women had that done to make it like.
No. Guy gets the ribs removed so he can have easier access to a certain area in his body that's hard to reach with his mouth.
Ew.
Oh,
So,
goodness.
Martin had a question.
That's, as I said, that's one.
No. Forget about it.
Okay, so Jeff PDX1
Joe
said,
Biden.
you know who Richard Gere looks like? Joe Biden. It's shocking when you see it.
Oh my gosh. No, once I saw Sam Eliot, like front, the front view, I was just having a senior moment. But when I looked at him in the dancing scene, it was like, whoa, he looked like Richard Gere. Marilyn Manson also looks like Joe Biden.
No,
holy
that
shit!
he supposedly, it's not true, but he was rumored to have removed a rib in his floating rib so he could self fillet.
Oh, what's not a rumor is that he does
Marilyn
look a
Manson,
lot like
Courtney.
Oh,
he looks just. Richard Gere does look a lot like Biden now. I googled Richard Gere 2023. I mean, he does. One guy's 70, one guy's like 170, but he does look a bit. He looks like he just freshly fed, but on a corpse. But I mean, he looks like Biden. He does. It's weird.
I especially love that Biden just breaks down now if you move him too far. It's like those animatronics at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like you'll go in the Hall of Presidents and like, I built Joe Biden to do this. Like, Mr. President, we told you to get down from the stage. But these people are my friends.
If you guys want, I presented a picture of Gere. It seems like he was ill. He had to move to Mexico for the climate recently. February 18th, 2023.
I don't know why, because Mexico is the altitude there is what killed Marty Feldman and John Candy.
I don't know. He was celebrating his wife's 40th birthday with their kids.
It depends. It depends what.
Hey,
what
side boob.
Yeah.
Side and under boob. You got like the double special there.
Hello, nurse.
Hello, nurse.
You don't get that with CGI.
And they looked pretty natural. They didn't look like.
Yeah, Gary got all excited. Like that's what not what
Those
you
are real.
see these days. They're natural.
And
there's John Candy, his first movie.
No, my gosh, no way. Sorry, I was just about to walk out.
Candy, though. Yeah, he's as big.
I've never seen so many whores in trunks. Dead whores in trunks. John Candy. Boy, I sure have.
I love that movie.
I love Dirty Works, man. That's a great film.
Norm Macdonald's movie with Artie Lang. That is a great movie. And the very last movie with your friend who you just keep showing, the very last movie with what's his name, insult comedian King. In the King of insult comedian, CPO Sharkey, Don Rickles. Thank you. It's the very last appearance on film of Don Rickles. You look like a baby bear.
Yeah, he was the manager of the movie theater they work at.
He steals that movie. I hear the manager here is real tough. You look like a baby bear.
Okay, here we go. Annette Bening was originally cast as Doc. She was replaced by Kelly Lynch, who was under contract to United Artists. Lynch claimed later that Bening had been fired due to a lack of chemistry between her and Patrick Swayze.
She gets fired a lot. Batman too.
Yeah.
Chemistry with Patrick Swayze. I mean, he is chemistry.
Yeah, she seems to be complicated as a person.
Well,
she's a good
She's
actress.
involved with Warren Beatty.
Beatty.
Clearly, she's complicated.
In American Beauty,
man,
when she's
Beatty.
slapping herself in the face over and over. That was powerful, though.
Now, it said he turned down the role for Predator 2, but that's not totally true. He wasn't able to take the role for Predator 2 that went to Danny Glover because of the injury he had. He was still mending when they offered him the role. Because Joel Silver was the producer on both this film and Predator 2. See, now I
You
like
could
Kelly
tell
Lynch's
he-
hair there. It doesn't look all redneck and gnarly. It just looks natural.
Yeah, when they let out a few pounds PSI, her hair looks fine.
Yep. Now, there was a particular amount of criticism in the wake of the film's box office disappointment, directed at United Artists for marketing the film as a lighter, more comedic film. In order to attract female moviegoers who enjoyed Patrick Swayze and Dirty Dancing. However, the film's long afterlife on video and cable made it a cult classic and cemented its admiration as a hyper-masculine camp film.
It's amazing because at one point the movie called Roadhouse has nothing to do with the Roadhouse, and it's just a crime revenge movie.
Yeah. Now, in one interview during the time, Patrick Swayze was quoted as saying that he wasn't sure that he would survive making this movie.
Yeah, well, he got that shit beaten out of him.
Now, this is something Animo's really never heard of before. Now, she knows what the truck shows, has heard of truck shows, but was unaware what's done at truck shows. And I said, yes, that's what made Bigfoot famous. This is
No,
Bigfoot.
I was aware what they do. I just never have seen one of these trucks. And I'm like, what is that thing? It looks ridiculous.
Well, they're really very dangerous. You got to be a trained driver to work in those things, because managing control over those vehicles is really takes skill. Now, this is an actress that I always liked. The one that he was holding there, the fat guy was holding, had his hands on the shoulder of. I had a crush on her back in the 80s. And I'm trying to remember her name, Kathleen Willoit. She's also a singer, and she sings in the movie.
Yes.
She's the waitress. There she is. That's her on the left there. I had a huge crush on her back in the 80s. There was just something so cool about her. And I was always attracted to the cool, badass chicks. There she is. Here, not there. That's somebody else.
Is she Irish?
And with the name Wilhoit? No. That's her here on the right. He was in a lot of movies in the 80s. There she is with Phoebe. And everybody like, Phoebe's the one I'm attracted to. Now, this chick right here is the one I would have been attracted to.
Well, she's a redhead.
I like
of course.
tomboys, first of all. I like girls that are edgy and tough and can fight. I like that. I've always been attracted to that. It's weird. Weird.
Oh shit! Do I have to fight you?
No.
Thank
You
God.
just want
That was
Klingons
when I
to-
was younger. There's Red again, comforting the dude that got messed over.
Now, I do wonder, what was the process of the guy doing his story? It's like, I want to do it about a bouncer. Starting
He's
a new
not a
job,
bouncer.
everything else.
He's a cooler. He's not a bouncer.
Yeah, or sorry. Yeah. Him being cooler, the thing, starting a new job, moving around, and then there's drugs and crime and just to the point, it becomes just an action movie at that point. Like, it becomes like an Arnold Schwarzenegger type guy at the end almost.
Yeah. I want to point out,
serious
though, that
thing, yeah.
correction was just made is not correct, even though he is called a cooler. What a cooler is the head bouncer. He's a bouncer, but he's the boss of all the other bouncers. That's what a cooler is.
Yeah, that almost
I
would've
worked in
been-
bars.
That would have almost been a better name for like what the story ends up being, because it's ultimately about him. It's not, the Roadhouse just goes away. So the cooler or the bouncer worked.
Now, this is something that Sam Eliot said, that of all the movies he's done where he co-starred in it with Mask, the story of the kid with the deformity, to Tombstone, this movie is the one he's most remembered for.
Not Big Lebowski?
As the cowboy? No.
Surprising, but he's great in this, so why not? I have a question. Do you think that based on like everything that we've gone through as a country, as a world since, is Patrick Swayze big enough to be considered a big dude here, or would they be like, we're putting you on steroids, guy?
You know, I'm going to say something again. It's not doxing to say somebody's first name. Ever. It's not. If you think you've been doxed because somebody said your first name, there are millions of fucking people with that name. Millions.
I've been doxed. That isn't anything close to it.
And as a person who's not afraid to show who they are, and my opinions have cost me work. I understand, but I also like it's not doxing. But thank you, Monkey. Thanks for playing. This scene pissed me off, not because it wasn't good. It was a good scene. I really fucking hated the bad guys for this, burning down this dude's house, making him really.
With the guy
really
inside.
You know,
It's
by the
like-
way, one of my favorite scenes in this film is him driving down the street and almost hitting Patrick Swayze, just going like this down the street, snake.
Yeah,
serpentine. That's it. Serpentine driving. It's my fucking road. I'll drive how I want. This is a comic moment right there. I'd be fine if you get off me. I fucking love that line. It's so fucking dramatic. Everything that just happened, and then they end on a punchline. Are you okay? I'd be fine if you get off me.
That same trope. Once you fight it out real good, your friends like magically all your differences are gone. It happens and They Live too. It's like, I'm not putting on those sunglasses. Oh, come on, let's just fight for 8 straight minutes and you'll feel better about it.
Question is, did their mothers share names?
Now, don't get me wrong, this is a really good fight scene. I do like this fight scene. It's a little bit overly kicky because in a real martial art fight, all kicks are lower body.
I used to watch films like you in prison.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The guy, he's so macho, he only fucks men.
That is actually a really good line. I used to fuck guys like you in prison. I'm like,
I wouldn't
that's
brag about it.
It's a hell of a thing to say at the beginning of a fight. Just saying, like, where's this fight going? When he said that. Where is this going?
It's one of the things. If there's a meme from this movie, it's that whole thing, and then it's the other one is like him ripping the guy's throat out like right after.
The guys in jail lied though. I mean, that's like, yeah, like you just raised the stakes in that fight. It's like, the improvised weapons may be coming into this battle because I am not losing to this guy.
Yay!
Yeah, I heard what he does
there.
to his opponents when he wins. I don't want that.
I've beat you in honorable combat. Now we will constantly.
See, he said it. That's in.
And my response was, "Are you coming on to me?"
I believe in that case he was.
Because I think that in a fight, that's a great way to get in the opponent's head. If he said something to me, I would do that just to get into his head. Like, are you hitting?
It is. It's a great psychological move. I just in New York, if you were in a fight and you start winning, like if someone attacks me, right, and I start to fight back, if I then start prevailing, if I take it too far, I could go to jail for becoming the aggressor. But I have a feeling they'll be like, no, so why did you keep fighting? Well, before the fight, he said, like, he used to fuck guys like me in jail, and then he punched me. So, and the jury would be like, you know what? That was still self-defense. You're never getting convicted if you start with that line.
Now,
No, that
I
would be in
told you
California.
he injured his knee in this scene during the fight scene. They ended up withdrawing 2.5 ounces of fluid from his knee after
Damn.
fighting, doing the fight scene with Teague there.
It was that the scene where he rips out his throat?
And he needed a
Oh, is this
yeah, he just ripped it out there. So
Because I've some trivia for that.
he had
from
to
this
have
side
the
of
same
pond.
procedure done after doing some of the dancing in Dirty Dancing. He jammed his knee and ended up having to have fluid removed from his knee.
Which sucks. I've had it done. The scene where they rip out the throat, they had to censor it down for Germany. You needed to be 18 to see the movie anyway, but they censored that scene, toned it down greatly. I find that weird.
Now, how popular was Swayze in Germany?
I guess very popular.
The real question is, how popular
for
was
Dirty
he
Dancing?
in Austria?
By the
think
way,
he's popular
there is a
worldwide.
bit of trivia here. that I found interesting that there is a debate as to who had used more hairspray, Patrick Swayze or Kelly Lynch in the making of this film.
It's close. There's
He
an
looks like
ozone
George
hole
W.
named
Bush there
both
for a
of them.
second.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he does. Right there on the phone. Yep. I would say Patrick Swayze was more mousse and gel, and she was pure hairspray. So she's the one who really messed up the ozone layer.
I wonder really who used more hairspray.
Well, it wasn't Sam.
Oh, wow. Here's
hair
some
products.
interesting trivia. Actor Julie Michaels, who played the blonde bimbo, Denise, said that she was very nervous leading up to doing her topless tabletop dance scene because she had never performed nude before in anything. And what makes it even harder was that her boyfriend had killed himself the night before filming.
What?
And,
Jesus!
and
Wow.
the producers and the producers wanted to postpone, and she said no. She felt like she needed to do this to get out of her funk. And doing the scene, it was an emotional wreck that pulled through the scene. So wow, that scene takes on a whole different meaning now.
Sometimes being at work is the best thing, unless you're like an air traffic controller.
I've always found work the best thing to do when I'm depressed or upset over something.
It is. Works for me too.
Well, I get upset about being depressed, so what should I do?
You're a YouTuber.
Yo.
It's perfect combination of traits, right? If you get upset about getting depressed, and it's turn on the microphone, it's gold.
And this is interesting, by the way. Patrick Swayze is correct in his assessment. He considers this film a modern Western, and it absolutely is.
It is.
This is a Western.
Yeah.
Once Sam Eliot walks onto any movie.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a Roadhouse; it'd be like a Western bar, and then
that is the name of my next band.
Oh,
Sam Eliot walks.
Blood
in.
and Tattoos.
I'll play bass for that band. Good name.
That close up
drums.
right there. Blood
I
and
get the bass
Tattoos.
player part. How many tattoos do you have?
I'll be the drummer.
At least they didn't deface the tattoo.
And I will use sheet music. I'll get drum notes.
Yeah, X's and O's. I love it.
I'll make
Just
sure
to
to
show Courtney.
transcribe it all for you and put it on paper.
I can read.
Hi, Lady V. Didn't see you there.
Gary,
Hello.
you think we
That's
can
how I
get
self-taught on
Gabriel?
piano.
I know you.
That's how I learned piano, Courtney. If I never told you that, it's
Hey,
because I
Lady
knew
V.
how to
I
read.
know you're a
short
piano
sheet
player.
music.
Most people that can play piano can read anything because you get the treble and the bass clef too. So
Yeah, and I learned to
Me
play
too, man.
piano because I knew how to read sheet music, and so I started
Oh, cool.
reading it and picking up what I'm reading because I understood the timing, and eventually learned where the notes were, and then I'm like, oh, that's what I'm playing, and
See,
so
that's
that's how I learned to
impressive.
play.
I
Now, there's
started
the
on piano.
redneck. There's
That's
the fat redneck. By the way, he's the only survivor of the thugs.
Because they dropped a polar bear on him.
Yep.
Hi,
Oh
Lady
my
V.
God, it's a
Also,
polar
fuck
bear.
you. Fuck
And he
you for saying
empties the
that.
He empties the gun into the stuffed polar bear. It's funny as shit. So dumb.
Yeah, this is the point where it's like, so Roadhouse, right? What Roadhouse?
We're there for 10 minutes scattered throughout the movie. You're right.
I just said, why the Mercedes? No.
And by the way, it's actually interesting that many of the characters' last names are taken from famous Western people, real people. Wade Garrett is from Pat Garrett. The sheriff who shot and killed Billy the Kid, Brad Wesley's last name is the middle name of John Wesley Hardin, who once, of course, shot through a wall to kill a man just because he was snoring.
I was
know
so
that
glad
story.
you said that. That is, remember those books, Time Life books, Bad
Yeah.
Cowboys? Like John Wesley
One
Harding.
shot a man just for snoring.
Man, so mean. I love
And
that.
Doc's name comes from Doc Holliday. Let's see. The barn where Dalton rents a room has the first name of Emmett Dalton, leader of the bandit ring, the Dalton gang. So Pat Tillman is also a name that they use in the film. So Cole Younger. I love his. You know what? I thought this scene was funny, and Anima laughed when I said the line. I did a little riffing while we were watching the movie, where he says, the only thing missing on my wall is, and I said, your dick and balls on the wall?
Yeah.
Because you're a perv? I don't know.
It's something both of us do. We subtext movies as we watch them sometimes.
That reminds me of something I would have done with my ex.
Oh, there's absolutely a homoerotic level to this movie.
Oh, yes.
The whole oiling them up before the fight scene.
Yeah, well, and then you see his butt, and his butt is just like, come on, it sets the whole
Especially
movie off.
coming from the bad guys.
I used to fuck guys like you in prison. I'm like, where are you going with that?
Yeah, right.
Is this a fight scene or a makeout scene? What's going on here? What's
little
really
bit of
happening?
both, maybe.
So I got a question then. What do you think came first? The idea of I'm going to do a movie about a roadhouse and then it turned into this? Or did the scriptwriter have this scene in mind and then worked backwards to justify it and somehow ended up at Roadhouse?
Now, I'm going to point something else out, that the town that they're in, Jasper, Missouri, is supposedly outside Kansas City, and Dalton drives into it, and you see a welcome sign that says, "Welcome to Jasper." But there is actually a Jasper, Missouri, south of Kansas City, and it has numerous
that far
rivers
from where you
running through it, just like you have in the film. The movie also alludes to calling a friend in the FBI in Springfield, Missouri, off 65 south of where actually Jasper, Missouri is. So I don't think it's meant to be a fictional town. Somebody said that and they're wrong because they didn't know any better. But the Jasper, Missouri is a real fucking place.
Shinotsky, I think that Patrick Swayze decided which way the movie went, to answer your question. I was just ready to finish.
This is a great line here. I want you to be nice until it's time to not be nice. That's good. I miss these from Lady V. Don't get me wrong, the twink sticks are hot too, just saying. I was always impressed with how flexible Swayze was in tight jeans. By the way, if I remember correctly, and I don't see anything on it, but I am positive that he is wearing Chuck Norris's combat jeans.
Oh,
they're
that's cool.
they're designed to be flexible in the crotch.
Well, and he's also flexible because he's a dancer, too.
Yep.
Yeah, that too. Him and his wife met dancing together. There he is. He's changed his mind. I'm a good guy now. I don't want to be a bad guy anymore. I'm the fat, likable character from now on. In the
John
sequel.
Candy's first role, didn't you call it? Is that what you said?
No, Chris Farley.
Read this one.
Farley, yeah, sorry.
He didn't shoot it
Red Farley
for
damn it.
snoring. He tried to wake him up, and the guy grabbed him and tried to have his way with Brian and a sheep, and it was either that or get violated. Okay, there you go.
Oh, Brian's not even here.
Yeah.
God damn it, Jesus.
I
I'm
know.
just saying, all the dancer flexibility will help you nothing when you wear real jeans because you're going to rip them trying to do that.
Yeah, you gotta fight that hemp
Trousers need to
fabric.
be flexible too.
Oh, look what Penny.
She lives in Jasper, Texas. Texas.
Oh, Texas.
Different state.
Does it look like this a little bit, Penny? Did they
Before
get it right
moving to
aesthetic?
Houston, because that's actually how you were supposed to say his name.
Houston? Really?
Yep,
that
but
That's how we say it in New York.
historically we call him Houston.
Now, the way
It's
the
Rob
previous
Bank
scene
is calling
ended-
in the middle of a show again.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that idiot.
This looks like the scene from Dirty Dancing almost.
Yep. No, but I loved the amount of scripts that they used on the bad guy at the end. It reminds me a lot, actually, of RoboCop just when Ed 209 goes off on that one guy in the beginning.
Yes.
It's just like we're putting squibs here, we're putting squibs there, legs, arms.
Man, the guy took 4 shotgun shots.
And a couple of squibs to the crotch in RoboCop, I believe.
Oh yeah, that story was something.
They made sure to hold that one for last. Like, blow up the crotch squib last. I think that's going to be the end of the day for this actor. He might just not have another take in him after we blow that up.
Anima, of course, knows that I'm infamously a dick shooter in Call of Duty.
Yes,
and there's a
yes.
reason why. It's not because I'm doing it intentionally. It's because in order to remain silent, I crouch walk a lot. And when you're crouched, when you fire straight away, you hit people there.
Does that work to walk more quietly if you crouch?
Yeah.
I need
Well,
to
in
know
Call of
the
Duty,
quiet
yeah.
way to walk. Oh, in the video.
I
game.
walk quietly to begin with.
I don't.
My nickname of Ghost started in the Army. I've been called Ghost for 35 years.
It baffles me.
Because
Do you go on your
I'm
toes or your
6'3".
heel?
I'm 6'3", was 220 pounds in the Army. I was a big man. And I would just suddenly be behind somebody. And they would turn and they would startle every single time. Like, how the fuck did you get up behind me so quickly? I went, I've been here the whole time. Freak them out all the time. And I got the nickname Ghost for that.
You know,
because
my ex-husband could do that. And it was, he'd just be there. And I'm like, I didn't even hear you come in the house. Like, I want to know how to walk silently. I don't know how to do it. Do you go from your toes first or from your heels first? Or do you just flat down?
If you want to walk quietly, you walk heel to toe, but you walk on the outsides of your feet.
Is that the trick?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've always walked on the outsides of my feet. It's caused me physical problems as I got older doing that.
I think I walk weird too. I don't know which way I walk.
Just remember, walk without rhythm and you won't attract the worm.
What does that mean?
Remember that walking through Greenwich Village.
Basically, I'm known for 2 different kinds of headshots in Call of Duty.
Oh.
And when I'm firing long distance, Animo's like really kind of surprised how quickly I can get a headshot shooting somebody at a distance. And if you watch that video, I don't know if you guys have seen that video of me I was doing the challenge for that military charity. And did anybody see that?
Saw some of it, actually.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it here.
Was it Sniper Elite, the game that when you could actually give them a crotch shot for extra points? Was it Sniper Elite or Castle Wolfenstein?
If I know.
I think it's Sniper Elite because that had the whole realistic damage thing they do. So they'd have literal X-rays where they show the testicles getting destroyed.
And then when you shoot Hilter, he only has one testicle. Yeah, and you have a chance to shoot Hilter, and he only has one testicle when you zoom in on him.
Really? Yeah. That's amazing. There's not that much
shot. You die, but I think you linger for a moment. You might be able to get off a pistol shot if you testicle shoot the person, but they're gonna die.
Here we go. I'm gonna open it differently because it's giving me a tough time here. So I'll open it this way. Go to videos.
You said they called you Ghost?
Yeah, because I was so quiet.
And the movie Patrick Swayze did after Roadhouse was Ghost. How coincidental.
Well, the first nickname they tried to give me in the Army was Joker. I went, no.
Because he's a Marine?
No. Because it was already used in a movie. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking a nickname already used in a famous movie. No. So they came up with my nickname. Was also ended up being my call sign was Ghost.
That's cool.
Here we go. Watch this. Real quick shot. Headshot.
Wow.
Wait for it. This is me playing without lag.
Yeah, I think having the lag makes
This
you a
one
better player, actually.
startled me. I jumped because I didn't think anybody would be there.
Do you think you're better at this because of being because of being
Oh,
able
military helped me a lot in this game.
It did?
Because
Yeah.
the first clan I was ever in game battles was a clan of fellow veterans, and we would do actual CQB, do proper
does that-
military.
What does that stand for?
Using our
Close
training,
battle.
and
Okay.
we would win every single time. They also refer to it as mount training. But this was funny because I shot him, and then I wanted to make a joke about no, thank you, we don't take Avon here. And I got interrupted because the minute I go around the corner, there's another dude I got to kill. Sorry, we don't take. I never finished the joke. Now I leave one moment where I look stupid in there. It's funny as hell because I wanted to sneak up on this guy and headbutt him with my butt him in the head with my weapon, kill him, and I missed, and it's funny as hell. It didn't show up, but that was a headshot. I hit him in the head. This guy right here. I'm like, I got him. I missed. I missed him. I swung and missed.
People that can shoot like this amaze me. You know, like the quickness and everything too.
Now that's something I do a lot of right there, is drop shot. It's this, I have tactical setting on my controller so I can do that quickly.
Now, there you saw it. If you ever wonder what that's what it looks
Yeah, I
like.
would speculate some of that lead went into the crotch area.
Whenever I would shoot a gun with a scope, I have a problem because I can't keep one eye shut.
Oh, fuck.
I miss that guy, but I got to go catch him and then get surprised by another dude. That was it. That was one match. I'm getting ready to make another highlight video of a game when Martin, I think you were there when I did it, 33 kills.
Well, you have done that plenty of times, so
it's fun. I enjoy doing that shit.
And next Fortnite that you guys are playing?
I don't play Fortnite.
Oh, what game was that? Sorry, I don't know video game.
That's Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. I've heard of that.
It's almost as bad as Fortnite now because they allow cosplay in the game. You can buy skins of fucking.
Oh, really? Makes it not as tough.
There's no way that you can turn it off.
Whatever
They
her name
force you
is.
to see it.
So she's running around with her boobs and tacky fucking sexy outfit. I've killed her on my own team. Oh man, I'm so sorry because you fucking annoyed me having it running next to me. Get the fuck away from me.
They're usually bad players too, the ones who do cosplay.
Yeah, I think it's weird. Now, Shinatsky, I've seen you do cosplay in the game too, because you popped up one time in one game, and I'm like, I went, oh no, do not wear that while we play together. Because Shinatsky and I play together.
I want to get a video game system where I can play with people online. It looks like
I want more people to jump on with me because I'm Cohen's Ghost, and you can friend me through BattleNet.
I don't have an at-home system, so it's a moot point right now. But I've been saying that lately. I'm like, all my friends play these games online together, and I'm always the one that's like, okay, go have fun. Bye.
By the way, I missed it saying something. I wanted to say hi to Bubba Fett. He is here.
Helldivers 2 is a pretty fun co-op game.
Everybody that's played it has told me the same thing, and they're all recommending that I try it. I'm like, if it's close enough to military action, I'll do it. Halo is the game that got me playing first-person shooters.
Well, Helldivers is third person, not first person. So be advised.
Yeah, I don't like that.
As a first person, you can switch.
That's why I won't play Rainbow Six.
I like third person.
You can switch
like
to first person in Helldivers for shooting.
If you can, I will do it.
Steam
I won't play it.
Yeah, middle mouse button.
Hey, Monkey Jeebus.
I can throw a mean curveball Pokeball. Really good at it.
Oh, you play as Snake from Solid Metal Gear Solid, yeah, in Fortnite. Yeah, I heard you can get some really cool skins in there.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what? That's
Fortnite.
I like skins until it takes over the game. Like something like a military game, like Battlefield 5. Like you go charging in, and it's like you're ready to go. You've got your military uniform on. In the first few weeks of the game, everyone's got the same uniform. Like you go back a year later, it's like you're charging in with like Santa Claus, like some guy in like an orange leisure suit with like 2 pistols, and it just sucks. It breaks up the what makes the game feel real.
Remember the other night, Gary, when was this guy dressed like a bunny killing us all?
In some games, it works. It's bad for military games.
Well, that's the nice thing. Also, Helldivers Go is that there are cosmetics, but they're just different armors. Like there's no guest characters, as it were.
Lady V says she likes watching Dad Man and the Misses do Fortnite. I love that clip that Mark has of
Steven Seagal does too. He got me to play it with him one time, and after I played for a few minutes, I said, "This is not my game. I am not interested in this."
They have a clip of Dad Man getting snuck up on, and he goes, "Ah!" It's like a little girl scream, and then he's like, "God damn it, Mark!"
My favorite Dad Man production.
Anna's been hanging out with me when I got startled playing Call of Duty. Somebody comes up on me suddenly, I'll go, ah!
It is funny as fuck.
It was funny to watch that.
He actually jumps in his seat a little bit. Cracks me up.
You Wilhelm scream when it happens?
I don't scream. The only time
Wilhelm
I've ever screamed when I was startled was my dad. That time I told you guys earlier when he threw his crutch at me and then was like, when I rolled over to get up, he was on me. And I went, ah! Just like that. Because it startled the shit out of me. And the other time was when I was in the Army and we were doing Claymore training. And we planted the Claymore and we ran back. I had the trigger in my hand, ran back to the stacked log pile in rebar. And you jump on the other side of the wall and you're supposed to hit the ground and click the detonator 3 times and it'll fire. And I hit the ground, and before I could do anything, I looked up, and this thing was so close to my face, it looked like it weighed 500 pounds, this Black Widow. And I landed with him right in my fucking face. And I apparently let out with a very girly scream, like really high pitch. And I threw the detonator at it and flew backwards, kicking away from it. All the guys I lost so much face with my team because I was squad leader. And my squad, man, they're all just laughing their asses off. And then came the moment where we're all standing there because I was going to kill it. And they were like, hey, man, can't kill that thing. You know, it's got a right to life. We're invading its place. And I'm like, okay, liberal Bob. You know, and in the middle of all this one black dude I was friends with, I can't remember his name to this day, but I fucking love this dude, walked over to it, was looking at it, and then just stomped it with his combat boot against the tree, smashing it, and it was loud. It made a pop sound.
You're not supposed to smush them, though, I heard, because if they're pregnant, they can lay their eggs.
Well, we didn't know that.
Give me that image.
Didn't either way it goes.
A cockroach or a spider or like.
He stomped on it against the tree, killed it, and made a loud popping sound. And he goes, "End of argument."
Guys are giving me nightmares. Thank you.
Oh, Anima, I have a similar thing that he has. I was going to the bathroom. Okay, I'm a girl. We sit down to pee. Anyway, and in front of me on the wall was a Black Widow spider, and so I picked up my phone to take a video of it because I wanted to proof. Because people didn't believe that there were Black Widows where I lived. And so I'm just talking. I'm like, this is a Black Widow. And all of a sudden the Black Widow jumped or something. But all I know is the phone. You see the phone go flying across the room and then just go black. And you hear me scream like bloody murder. I still don't remember what happened after that.
Yeah, I kept the Black Widow on my desktop. I used to catch recluses and Black Widows. And my first Black Widow I ever caught, I would keep her on my desk in a little terrarium. And this was how I conquered my phobia. It's called immersion therapy. And I would first use a pencil. I would open the top, reach in and touch the spiders with the pencil. And I eventually got to the point where I could touch them with the back of my finger. And once I did that, I no longer panicked like I used to. I would have panic attacks with spiders.
Oh, you did? See, I went the opposite way. I had tarantulas in college, and I would hold them and everything. But when I
Those
went
aren't
to
spiders to me. Anything
when
with
I went to
furry
Colorado,
legs doesn't affect me. It's the spindly leg spiders that freak me out.
for me, it was just the fact that they can kill you, that they can actually kill.
Poisons
You know,
too.
moving somewhere where they had brown recluse and black widows, all of a sudden any spider or like insect that was near me was like a panic.
I just killed one because we went through a warm spell the other day. So eggs hatched, and I looked up, and there was one right up above the door. Scott wouldn't even come through the door, and I had to go up there and kill this thing because I wasn't going to go through the door either. And then 2 days ago, I was sitting here just minding my own business, working on the computer, and then something got my attention. And there was this little juvenile fucking recluse lowering itself, and it stopped right here.
God.
And I looked at it, and I grabbed my little flip open phone case, and I went.
That's what I would do,
Goodbye.
is try to catch it. You know what I mean? Like put a
I
Like,
saw
you
it.
fucked up. There's
In New York,
there's probably 600 square feet to 1,000 square feet in this garage, and it chose to fall right in front of me. He fucked up.
Just knowing that
Fucking
there's that much
spider
room.
magnet, Gary. They love
Yeah,
it.
wolf spiders don't bug me either because I like wolf spiders.
no.
Do wolf
Um,
spiders kill?
No, they're
No.
amazing. They're great
They're pretty
spiders to
cool.
have in
They're
your
the
house.
ones that look scary,
They
but they're
kill
not
all
bad.
the other spiders. They'll
Okay,
kill the
yeah,
other
that's what I
spiders
thought.
and
Yeah,
eat
that's
'em.
what I thought. But they look scary, right? They're the ones that can get pretty big
Well,
and
they
hairy.
look like it's the Midwestern version of the tarantula.
Gotcha. Yeah.
They got the name because they can get a little furry, wolf spiders,
Can
and
we
they
stop
can get
this
pretty
spider
big.
talk?
You're gonna have nightmares.
Are you kidding? Everybody's talking about it now. Everybody in the chat's talking about it. This is a great.
Since Madam Web came out, everyone wants to talk about
Don't
spiders.
bring that up.
I'm more afraid of mice. I'll tell you that much. Mice are my ultimate mice and rats. Any rodent, actually.
Disembodied hands.
I
Hey,
gotta
man.
be honest, man. If you live in the north, they say don't kill spiders because they die come winter anyway, right? Don't kill spiders. They kill the other bugs. So I lived in Florida, and I'm like, oh, don't kill the spiders. No, when you live in Florida, you kill spiders, man. Like I left these spiders alone, and one night I came home, and there were hundreds of that spider had replicated itself. And the original one was like the size of a bottle cap. And I was just like, wow. Yeah, I had to take like 2 cans of Raid and just double gun it. And I was destroying them all. And my neighbor was like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh my God, there's spiders everywhere. And he's like, dude, it's the middle of the night. Never attack spiders at night. They're much better at seeing than you are. I'm like, what do you mean? And all of a sudden I felt it. And I have a hole in my back to this day where that thing bit me.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
realized,
Like,
like,
that.
yeah, the skin turned necrotic. I was like, if one gets me on my face, I'm already not so great freaking looking. Maybe I need to move back to the north where I belong.
Yeah, you're
and
one
have
of
another
the.
snowball fight.
You're the one that's you're in that percentage of sensitive to the toxin. I am in the 1 percentile that don't react to recluse bites. I've been bit 3 times. I get a pimple.
I don't know what
from
this
it,
thing
a
was.
little with a little wheel to it, but
That's
then it
it?
heals. That's
Oh
it.
no, my ex they had to dig out like part of his leg. It's really gross.
Yeah,
I
can
had
get
to dig
really
out a guy's
bad.
neck when I was in the army as a medic.
Ugh.
This sergeant came to me and he pulled his collar down so I could see his neck, and he had what would end up being a hole the size of the end of my pinky in his
Yeah,
neck.
that's so crazy.
And I cleaned away, and it just emptied out onto this cloth I was cleaning with, and there was pulled out a plug from this guy's neck, the size of the top of my pinky, and we gave him antibiotics, and that's what he had to stay on for the next few
That's
days.
what scares me the most is like the spider bites. Although I was I saw
Anima asked us to stop talking about it.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Oh, I was just gonna tell Anima.
That
Check.
resolution
I
of
always
brush
check
his
the I check the thing, the shower head still every time I get into the shower to make sure there's nothing up around.
Okay,
there
you
because
just
they're
gave
moving.
her another nightmare.
Okay.
Well, I'm making her
okay.
be safe. I'm making her be safe. I'm teaching her how to be safe.
See,
We won't
I
even talk
believe
about
Madam
shaking
Web
out your
was a
clothes.
Terminator that was sent back to destroy superhero movies, and it's
She did a
That's
great
right.
job. In
Tried
that
to
case,
make
the
mice
movie's a
pages before.
success.
Well, I told Dale and Julia one time we were at dinner, sitting having dinner. And I said, if because the whole thing about going back in time with and killing the head of the Yahtzees, and I said, if I could travel back in time, I would go back in time, and right after he made the movie, the Atlanta Braves movie comedy. What was that movie with Charlie Sheen?
It was the Cleveland Indians.
Major League?
It's Major
Major League.
League.
Thank you, Major League. So I said,
Guardians.
if I could go back in time, I would kill Charlie Sheen right after he finished that movie, so he wouldn't destroy the movie Navy SEALs.
No, we do arachnophobia.
When he jumps out of that car.
It was so funny.
We are not
Because
doing
Dale
that.
worked with Charlie Sheen and knew him.
Anima, that's why I was telling you to check the shower thing because of that movie. Exactly why. Don't do that movie.
Check out William
What movie?
Shatner movie, Night of the Tarantulas.
Arachnophobia. That is not going to happen.
I'm not going to do that movie.
I love
There's
it.
only
I'm
one
more afraid of
movie
mice,
I
but
might
mice are
consider doing on a
scary.
Saturday is the movie Tarantula, because Clint Eastwood makes his film debut in that as the pilot at the end.
What?
And it was one of my favorite Universal films for a long time.
Guess
What
not.
year is
Somebody
that?
else then.
Spiders?
What's Shatner's spider movie? Kingdom of the Spiders?
Kingdom
Yeah.
of Spiders.
That one's not scary because it's so funny. Bad.
It's
Oh no,
stupid.
it's hilarious.
But you guys got to understand, Anima's problem is just simply that they're in it. That's it. So we need to move away from this concept because I know it's bugging her.
We'll
So I'm
segue
gonna-
through mosquitoes back to the movie.
Gary, Brian, now it's
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
It's time.
Guess,
We are
guess
over.
you're not a big fan of the movie
Let's do
Return of the
this.
King, huh?
I need to play one more video.
Roadhouse. 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 Roadhouse.
I do. Don't get me wrong. I got pissed about the shitting on Tom Selleck by Sam Eliot, but and that episode bothered me because he just went on too long about it.
It wasn't a
And trying
good
to make it out
episode
like
to begin with.
like he's being a bad guy by doing that, and I'm like, he doesn't owe anybody an apology. He did.
That's Seth MacFarlane's thing, though. He will
Reverse
not stop
mortgages
until the commercial.
have been around a long fucking time, and a lot of people do it.
I'm pretty sure my mom's done that many times.
You know what?
If
Whenever there's a
you can.
fight whenever Seth MacFarlane's characters fight, it doesn't end until the commercial. Fights continue until the end of the segment. So, like, I think that's one of his things. Is just he will beat the joke to death for the sake of beating it to death.
Yeah, he will do that. It beat it like a dead horse. Yeah, absolutely. And
Still thank
hence,
him for the
meaning
oracle.
beating a dead horse is you went too far with it. You're getting boring now. So
Yeah,
true.
he will bore you after he makes you laugh. It's true.
But he doesn't do any of the writing. It's the writers that do that. He doesn't write on
And
the
he-
show.
yeah,
anymore. He
he's
hasn't
done
written
with
in
that
long
show
time.
for a long time.
He's just
yeah.
a voice actor on it. So, yep, here it is.
That's it. Show's over.
We are out of here. I want everybody to have a good weekend. I want to thank, let's see, let me go to our private chat. I want to thank Penny, Deleted Scenes, Andy Morrow. Would you like to touch my monkey, Andy Morrow? Zax, Sailor Outlaw, George Ishak. What a great name. Yeah, you gave it to me twice, but oh, what did you do? Why'd you give it? Oh, Anima did it, and then Martin did it. Okay. Courtney, of course, who's on the show. Kingsport Cal, Read by Nature, Parrot Head, Joe's Atmosphere, John Chipola, Jeff PDX1, Dragon Ruse, Shield Wall of Dragons. Let's see. War Monkey, Radioactive, Monkey Jubus, thank you, come again. Lady V Elements, Bubba Fett, and of course the awesome one. I want to thank you guys for all popping in. Hope everybody has a good Saturday. Be safe today. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday when we do the film No Way Out with
No way.
No Way Out. We're going to be doing that on Monday with Gene Hackman and Kevin Costner. It was a really good film. So see you on Monday. Bye now. Everybody's heard about the bird.